Hello everyone, welcome to Ages of the Nine Hells. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons.
Johnny just looks terrified.
Oh, sorry.
It's sort of my natural state.
Right.
We're in the middle of the intro.
Oh, I've got to start again.
I'm Chris, and I will be your Dungeon Master for tonight, and we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/AdventurersWanted. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, or who stumbled into this channel by accident, everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 7 players today all have their own unique characters with sheets in front of them on bits of paper, various mobile devices, which tell them what they can do. 9 times out of 10 they're rolling a 20-sided dice, which is one of these, and they get to add numbers to it on their sheet. 20 is good, 1 is hilariously bad. And whilst they play those characters, everything else in said fantasy location is played by me. People, buildings, monsters, and the weather.
Hey.
So between me describing the world and the story and the players describing what they want to do and some dice rolls to keep things unpredictable, we will tell our tale. You are joining us for the 10th chapter of Avernus of the Nine Hells. So if go on YouTube/Adventurers Wanted, just Adventurers Wanted.
YouTube.com/C/Adventurers Wanted. Because you have to have the awkward.
There you go. Back there is a backlog of the last 9 episodes where I would recommend catching up. In a nutshell, 6 out of these 7 characters are in hell trying to find out why Yugoloths, which are a kind of fiend, are pulling back from the Blood War, which is a war between demons and devils that's been going on since time immemorial and stops demons and devils getting too interested in the other planes of existence. So it's kind of important it keeps going. Or is it?
Oh no.
Yes. Anyway, that's basically it. The characters are currently trying to find the leader, the military leader of the Yugoloths, the General of Gehenna, who is in a place called the Crawling City, which, as the name might suggest, crawls across Gehenna. So they have to try and find their way to it, and they've just been in a rather serious bar brawl, which they're about to be thrust out of, and then see where they go from there. So starting all the way over there, Tabby, would you like to give your name, your pronouns, your character's name, their pronouns, and how is Andreas doing after the recent bar brawl?
Hi, I'm Toby Osman. You may remember me from such television shows.
If you're a UK viewer, do check out the TK Maxx Christmas advert.
I go by he, him, as does Andreas Doros, my character. Andreas is a little bit, although on the surface happy, has had a good fight in a bar, which he loves, especially when demons and devils and Yugoloths are involved, and glass floors, they're always the best ones. He's mourning after the loss of his second favourite pet, Icy, the ice method. Also in the back of his mind, he remembers the group unanimously agreeing that they would kill any guest NPCs because they're traitor.
Well, I'll be home at a reasonable time.
That's me.
Thank you, Toby.
Pleasure as always.
My name's Sharmini. I use she, her pronouns, so it is Perigal. Perigal's feeling bit, it was all very dramatic, and just a lot of things have happened, and she's not really sure what they're supposed to be doing. They're all kind of like hanging out together, but then Mr. M said it was good, and everyone said it was good, but then some of the people said like maybe it wasn't good, but then now we all seem to have agreed that it's good, but it's hard.
Sure, everyone followed that, Sean.
Hi, my name's Johnny. I am guesting from a channel called Dicebreaker, which is the thing for which I work. I use he, him pronouns. As is my character. How much should I be saying at this point?
I think leave it for
Not too
now.
much.
Let's have a little
That's
surprise.
It won't matter.
I can tell you I've got loads of hit points.
Yeah. How many?
Don't tell him. I'm Grace. I use they them pronouns, and as does Flutter of Wings, my character, who also uses they them pronouns. Fluster is about as flustered as I am right now at the minute. Post bar brawl, where they did a very big hit on the main person in the battle at the beginning, which was very bad because then that person tried very hard to kill them, and then when they were very quickly stunned, the Perigal saved their life and nearly died in the process. I tried to save Keldon and nearly killed Monsoon in the process. Fluster's having a really bad day.
Oh, that's hell for you.
Oh, I used to be so nice. I used to like hell. Remember that?
Hi, I'm Chloe. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Monsoon. And Monsoon, I mean, hearing that description, Monsoon would lean heavily on the use of the word nearly. Like, lots of people nearly died, but didn't. Or the right people died, so it's fine. It was kind of a mess, the entire thing, but that's how stuff goes, and people who don't want their pubs destroyed shouldn't build them with glass floors, frankly. That's kind of where Monsoon's at. And also, like, a little bit adrenaline buzzed from everything that's just happened.
Hi, I'm Matt. I use he, him pronouns, as does Judah, who is a archer. Kind of roguish archer guy. It's an archer. I don't know why I went there with that one, but Judah's having an interesting time of it because technically the three big factions that we're dealing with all met up in a bar last time and tried to kill us, but really Judah only had eyes for one person, a very annoying dark assassin who we starting to believe is Judah from the future who's gone back to kill himself.
That's not what's happening. I'm sorry. I'm going to nix it right now. I have not done a go back in time and kill yourself plotline.
That's exactly what you said.
That's what someone who did that would say.
Yeah.
Fine.
But yes, Judah was fairly badly injured, but he's now been healed up. Lovely. And actually just wants to sit down and have a beer with this person and see what's going on.
Wow, okay, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Turn around. Respect Judah.
Dark Judah, or Duda as he's been affectionately named, is no longer there.
But he is.
You don't know.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm gender fluid. I'm using either she, her, or they, them pronouns today, and my character Keldon is also gender fluid, but using he, him pronouns today. Apologies, that's the entire go up. Keldon is. Keldon was stunned for the vast majority of last time's encounter, which is very difficult for him because he does not like not being able to heal people, but did manage to come around just in time to save Perigal from dying, so, you know, win. However, also, save Perigal from dying, which triggered Monsoon breaking the entire floor.
Which triggered us winning the fight.
Which he then fell through, so Fluster saved him from falling to his death. So there was
It's worth a watch.
there was a whole series of things going on there.
Wild. Jesus Christ.
I have since been using all the spell slots that I could not use during the battle to heal everybody back to full health, pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to continue as soon as we start.
Fine. And I'm Chris and I use they, them pronouns. Right. Before we kick off, the stream will run for approximately 3 hours. Well, after those intros, 2 hours and 35 minutes. And there will be roughly 10 minutes in the middle somewhere for a break. We're delighted to be sponsored by D&D Beyond, the official digital toolset for Dungeons and Dragons. D&D Beyond offers a compendium with all the game's rules, lore, adventures, digital tools, like a character builder, digital character sheets, people are showing at this point, and an interactive overlay Twitch extension, which is next to Toby's head.
Wow, that's a nice
Isn't it
Twitch
amazing?
extension. Damn.
We're also very proud to be supported by 4Fans by Fans and Ultra Pro. I'm wearing a 4Fans by Fans t-shirt today with a Yuan-Ti on it, which is not going to come today. There we go. And also, we are supported by Ultra Pro. We're rolling some of their heavy metal dice. Big,
Wow.
black, chunky monsters.
That's
Yeah,
so
go.
heavy metal.
And the boxes are so cushioned.
We have sets of these which we're giving away as part of a competition, which is on our Twitter page. That's Adventurous250 on Twitter. So do pop over there and enter the competition to see if you win some metal dice. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we acknowledge that it does happen sometimes, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns should the need occur. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so please do just let us know if you think one has been missed. Thank you. Lovely.
Oh boy. We've got a roleplay now.
You are outside the pub. Carianth is currently speaking with a rather animated barkeep, paying them off as they gesticulate wildly at the floor beneath their feet.
What
You are
floor
all
beneath?
staggering out of the door of this pub, somewhat worse for wear in some cases, out into quite a busy street, and there's a small crowd gathering, mostly demons, devils, ifriti, various other planar denizens. You don't recognise all of them, but you have certainly drawn a crowd with your antics. What would you like to do?
Ah! That's what you get!
There's kind of a behind you. A couple of us just around, start clapping a little bit. Yeah.
Am I right?
Sorry. I really don't feel like it was that successful. Sorry.
I mean, success is a spectrum in my experience.
Yeah,
So
yes, I agree. It was a spectrum, and we're somewhere kind of in the the not definitely didn't lose.
we're in the alive column.
We definitely won. We're all alive. They have all run away. Like chicken demons.
Can I, is there any way to look down? Or is it, no, it's down the steps. Is there a window? There was a, someone was,
You can look back into the pub if you like.
is there I want to try and see if I can see where they went.
The stairs just crumble slightly to the side, and with no floor support, the stairs are just slowly crumbling and falling
Just
down.
grab the back of Pericles.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jumper.
just because they might be climbing back up. Maybe should we go? I think we should go. I just feel like we should go.
Perception check if you like, Peregrine.
I'm just gonna keep hold of the back of the
Fine.
coat.
It's not tilted.
Oh no.
Fluster, how are you feeling?
Well, yeah, you know. I'm not
16.
fantastic. I wouldn't mind a little help if you have it in you.
Could you put a numerical figure on it?
I am down 30 hit points.
Perigal, as you lean out and look down, as the stairs beneath your feet, you're not beneath your feet crumbling away, they're just crumbling away up to that point.
Yeah.
The pub's a mess. Like, anything that was on the floor is now tumbling down a Gehenna hill beneath the pub because it opens at the bottom.
I'm not trying to look at the pub floor. I'm trying to look for Amaranth.
Yeah, as you look down, that you see the ground underneath because the pub floor is all made of glass and it's gone.
Do I see them?
With a 16, you do see various bits sort of falling out and falling off your feet and smashing down there. You don't see any bodies or corpses. But it is at an inclined plane of roughly 45 degrees at all times, so she would have rolled.
Seconds ago. Okay, fine. Okay. Don't see. Okay.
Yeah?
And just want to let go.
I'm
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm just gonna.
I'm not gonna
Just
pull
gonna
off. Don't worry.
hail Fluster just a little bit.
Hey, it'll fast.
20.
So,
Thank you very much.
the crowd is starting to disperse a little bit. Clearly, whatever fun was happening here is long gone. Karen, stop talking to the bar owner, stepping over to you all. Well, that didn't quite go as anticipated, did it?
Did you try to make it go any other way?
I saw them coming and I just left.
I literally can't remember why we went there in the first place. Was it just for drinks?
We were meeting my contact, but I don't think they were there. If they had been, then, well, they're not there anymore, are they?
Can I just insight check that?
Of course.
19.
They are telling the truth, they're meeting their contact there.
Should we go somewhere else? Maybe somewhere else.
I mean, we can. I was... Oh, well, How convenient. They look into the crowd, and walking through the crowd is Johnny. Would you like to describe it?
That was a very neat segue. Wow.
You see, like a male dwarf kind of coming towards you. At first glance, you're like, they naked? No. Basically, it's a dwarf wearing like quite a large leather apron, and not a lot else underneath. You think, and they also, they're quite sort of grimy. There's quite a lot of sweat standing out on his arms because it's really quite hot here, and his beard, which is sort of like braided in parts, is also is not matted. It's like it's covered in a weird sort of goo. Ditto his hair. It's kind of all just like slicked down with a weird grease. And you can see this is just sort of how he lives. Like the front of the apron is darkened with the self same grease. And he just sort of stops walking, like clears a nostril.
Remember your character's name?
Oh, that's a good question. Bundor.
I don't trust that dwarf.
Bondo, over here. And Carianth is gesturing you over. You know Carianth. They are a Merenloth, which is not great, but they also provide you with work. So you know.
Carianth, always a pleasure.
Everybody, this is Bondor. This is a group of people I'm tasked with.
Ever so nice to meet you.
Hello.
Good time of day.
Come
Marigold.
Yeah, it's so greasy now.
Okay, right.
Oh, don't mind that. It's just
Oh no, I didn't. Of course, no. It's fine. I didn't. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. It stops the fire from with the beard.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Andreas Doris. You may have heard of me, the giant.
Roll me a history check. Is it a nat 20?
No, it
You've
isn't.
never heard of Andreas Doris the Giants?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I roll an insight check?
On whom?
On the shore.
Oh, right.
Recognizing Andreas.
That's very cocked. It's a 13 still.
13.
Lucky for some.
You don't think Bundle's ever heard of Andreas, but his humour again, which speaks to Bundle's character.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I help you with the situation you are in?
What do you mean?
Would you like to be less greasy?
Oh, well, no. I just have to reapply.
Okay. I am Flutter of Wings. You can call me Fluster. They're sitting there and like they're a tabaxi. All of their hair is like stood up on end and they're just sort of like looking really like wrung out.
So what's the deal?
Oh,
What do you want?
I'm Keldon. Good to meet you.
Oh, sorry. Hi.
Minotaur. Massive Minotaur. 7.5 foot tall.
Hi. Sort of jump. Bit. Sort of aim for a rubbish low five.
Tickle fingers.
And this is Judah.
Hi, I'm Judah. Right. Should we go off the street? Can we go somewhere a little bit less glassy?
Let's just walking. This is Monsoon. Let's go.
Yeah, hi, Monsoon. Like a tiefling, but also water genasi, so massive, like icicle corkscrew horns.
Cool.
Very cool. Anyway.
So just staring at them like to the lava, back to those.
Methods to maintain is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should head to your vehicle.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe that's the quietest way to get out of here. You'll start walking out. Again, the Teardrop Palace has a concentric road that goes around the inside in a very wide curve because it is a teardrop, it is a nautilus shell. So you are slowly making your way out and will eventually drop into a side bit and inside a large hangar space.
So, Bundor, you said fire.
inside the large hangar space is something incredible.
Wait, do we not get to talk on the way?
Oh, talk on the way, sorry. Yes. No, we'll hold that thought.
Do you want to tell us about the incredible?
No! No! Someone said Sobundo, fire, and I want to see what
You
happens.
just described quite a long walk.
I did, that's fair.
We've all got quite a lot to talk about.
Alright, go for it. Yeah.
Do you do quite a lot of things with fire?
In these parts, yeah, generally.
Do
But
things just catch on? Do I need to be worried about my hair?
Potentially. I mean, it's really more of an engine room kind of problem. I wouldn't be too worried. But if you are concerned, I've got plenty more of the old. I've probably got enough in here to, if you need to, if you wanted to, anyone.
Maybe just the fringe actually.
Okay, right.
But last time we covered ourselves in dirt to try and blend in, and then it turns out we didn't need to blend in, and then
Yeah.
we were all just very dirty. It's just.
Just
I wanna-
now got like a swept back
Yeah.
grease split
It's
fringe.
like a gelled back fringe. Yeah. Like a quiff.
Do you want me to pull the chase how good it is?
I'm imagining Keldon on a motorbike right now.
Yeah.
It's a 13.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. I think there's like sparks in my fingers where you can like see I'm like itching to cast prestidigitation.
I like my fringe.
Engines we have some of them in our city.
Do you?
Yes, they make the thing move. I think you feed them with souls, yes.
Yours doesn't run on souls.
I'd be interested in hearing more about that. Because it sounds
That's literally the extent of my knowledge.
good talk.
How long have you been down here?
I don't know.
Well, sometime I'd say. You probably, because of what you are, not entirely a dwarf, you've probably spent more time down here than other dwarves would have, so probably about 200 years.
Oh, still getting used to the neighbourhood, frankly, but give it 200 years or so, yeah.
Dwarves to be about 500-600 years old, so.
Is that more than 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
No.
fours.
Oh, 100, yes. Yes. Sheldon.
Do you want to arrive in the hangar?
I was gonna drop back to have like a
No,
very
go
brief
for it.
conversation.
Wait.
If it's possible to like just slip back and just kind of catch Fluster's eye, and just if you do like naturally align, and we can just like walk slightly behind everyone else, just really subtly.
Move.
I'm sure no one else in the party realizes.
Is everyone watching those two find some private time?
No, we're thinking about grease and fire.
How long 200 years is? This
Yeah,
is
we have very
complicated.
See, it's big stuff, so we just kind of
Lightly
slide back.
Fine.
Are you still? I can help you out, like, because I'm noticing that you've still got like some nicks and cuts and stuff.
It's just a butter flesh wound, as I heard in a play once.
Right. So I've not been to many plays and stuff. If you want, it's yeah. Cool. And just like the little kind of breeze and sea air fast over. I'm just doing cure wounds at level 2. So that is 10 points.
Nice.
of
Thank you very
healing.
much. That takes me up to 4. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I did not think. I saw Gildan starting to fall, and
What?
I was going to watch you die, and there was nothing I could do about it. And
I mean, I was never gonna die. I can get out of stuff like that. I still could have dimension door or something.
but she had a hold of you, and as you fell, I had no more power after I saved Gildan, and there was no way he was going to get back up. And
But you were. Sorry, this is not how I thought this was gonna. I don't. Sorry, I was gonna apologise. Cause.
for what?
I was worried I'd kind of scared you, because normally I don't really think about what I'm doing in situations like that. I kind of just, go, I'll break a floor and then fall through the floor and I'll figure stuff out because, you know, stuff kind of always works out. And then I kind of realised that you would see that and it might have scared you or upset you or something, and kind of realised that maybe I should be more careful so I don't freak people out, you know, because I don't want to freak you out.
I thought that when the floor broke and I used the spell of the lightning to move away, and I hurt you more and the floor broke more, and then Amaranth pulled you on the way down, and I was thinking it was my fault.
It's not your fault. You did like all the right things. You did all the things you're meant to do when you're, you know, in hell and you're in a pub and the floor's made of glass and everything's falling apart and there's like an evil version of your friend in the corner like making you grab. Like you did all of the things that anyone would do.
They told you to do on the instruction manual before.
Yeah. You read that before you came to the Nine Hells, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I feel like I am. I would like it very much if you thought about not hurting yourself.
I would like that a lot too, and I will do better to not hurt myself, and you don't need to be sorry, and I hope that we're alright, because I want us to be alright.
I thought that I was going to watch you die and it was going to be my fault. And I wasn't sure how I was going to live with myself after that.
Well, then I won't die. Problem solved. I know, but I'll be careful.
I care about you very much.
I care about you a lot too. Yeah. There's probably something incredible or something up behind.
And that's why I stopped wearing anything under my apron. Anyway, here's Maya.
Do you know, I had the same thought when I stopped wearing anything under the armour.
It's just easier to work.
Same here.
Arundel is learning things today.
Scarred.
I mean, you've camped with these fucks, you know.
Got in the levitator elevator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that, but thank you for reminding me.
Oh my!
Of that visual, yeah.
Wonderful upshot undress kilt, yeah.
I've literally just taken a sip of tea.
Hey, guess what? You enter a hangar and it's amazing. As you step inside, it is like a hangar space. In the centre of it is something that none of you will be able to get your heads around. A gigantic metal cylinder. About... yeah. About 50 feet long. On its sides are wheels, but they are inside some kind of like rubbery device, seems to run over all of them.
Condom.
Tracks.
Sorry.
I mean, it's alright, the wheels are ribbed, you are correct, yes. And
Assume the cylinder's like that rather than like that.
yeah, it's flat,
okay.
yeah. And attached to this cylindrical shape are a variety of gewgaws, gadgets, strange protrusions. The front of it is quite conical as well, must be said.
What's a gewgaw?
It's
Like a
another
thingamajig.
word for thingamajig.
It's like a thingamajig. That doesn't help.
It's another word for something that isn't really something.
It's what you say to a horse to make it go faster.
It's catching and I hate it.
Anyway, this monstrosity, this gigantic vehicle, you can't quite make head or tail of it. It looks a bit like someone took a sort of drill head, laid it on its side, and then put wheels on it. and then attached a bunch of cool shit to it.
I disbelieve the illusion.
Were you trying to make a sort of mechanical mole?
Is this yours?
Yeah.
Is it an engine?
Well, there's an engine in it. It's quite complicated. But don't worry. I'll tell you all about it.
I will definitely comprehend all of it.
We've walked into a hangar type space. Are there
Yes.
doors we can close behind us?
There's a small door. You've walked into a side door.
Okay.
Is it Star Wars? Is Jabba the Hutt there?
No. But it's not a bad visual reference.
Just checking.
Close the door.
Okay.
Are you okay, Jabba?
And I'm gonna come over to you and I'm gonna say, this prick followed us from one level of hell to another. I don't want it following us any further.
Do you want me to do my invisible things check?
Yeah, and you've also got good eyesight.
Right, okay. Can I turn on my axe?
Yes.
I'm joining Judah and Callum.
Check whether there's anything invisible within 30 feet of me.
Yep.
Is there anything invisible within 30 feet of me?
No.
Can I then do a scan of the room, see if I can see anything?
What are you looking for?
Anything that looks out of place.
There's a gigantic drilling machine in the centre of the room.
Apart from the gigantic drilling
A bit of wall that
machine.
looks like it might have a nose or something.
I mean, you can roll against the Corruptor's stealth check, of course.
Are you assisting me?
Yes, I am. Yes, let's do that. That's
a natural
20.
20 plus 9.
You scan very
29.
carefully around the
Did you give
entire
yourself
room.
guidance?
There are even some shadowy bits. You just walk over the eye, sort of a vroom, vroom, just like a sort of
It is Star Wars.
TSA or something.
like TSA, just fucking just looking around, see what you can see. There is no one in this room apart from the 8 of you.
I can't find anyone else, Judah. Can I roll an insight check on Judah?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
no.
It's important you roll a 1. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
I want to know
If I'm wigging
why
out.
Judah is so paranoid about this corruptor.
Paranoid
Why are
if
you
they
so
really are
paranoid
out
about
to
this
get you.
Corruptor?
I now have a collection of 6 arrows that have been in me
Yes.
from the Corruptor, which is
Yes.
why I'm so paranoid about the Corruptor.
You're scared. Roll a 1.
What? But that's
No,
That's
kind of
true.
Oh.
true, yeah. Like,
Okay, what wouldn't be true?
right?
He thinks that it's a version of himself from the
He just thinks it's a version of himself from the future.
I thought that's what you were setting up for.
Yes.
Judah,
Oh my god.
I wouldn't worry too much about turning evil in the future.
I'm not worried about that.
Oh no. No. He is worried about that.
Thank you. That's very competent.
You don't need to worry. I'll worry for you.
Good.
Aww.
I'm confident we're alone now, but that's good. You've been very thorough.
I'm standing right here. I'm giant.
Do you want to check out the cool thing? Why don't you show them around?
Sure. Well, it's fairly self-explanatory. I won't teach you how to suck eggs. Obviously, that's the diggy bit on the front, and then we've got that will make us, I'll show you inside.
I quite like eggs.
Do you suck them?
I mean, they don't have much flavour, but if you want to get the yolk out first, or if they're raw, you just for protein.
Metaphors aren't great.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, shall I also avoid idioms?
Yeah.
Metaphors,
Metaphors,
calling it
idioms. Similes as well.
Yeah.
Just that whole, yeah.
Okay.
You are starting to catch on quite quick.
Right.
On the inside of the grinder, the front of the grinder can drill. It is a drill bit. It can literally dig its way through ground, which is quite slow. It is also entirely heat resistant to the point which it is immune to fire damage. So it can drive over, around, through lava if necessary. It also has a wrecking ball attached to the side, 2 harpoon flingers. Hang on, there's a list.
Is this just Mad Max?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using the stuff from the book, and I'm very pleased with it.
Cool.
There is also an acid vial sprayer,
Can't wait to ride a tunnel on the Fury Road.
a necrotic smoke screen. It's got it all.
So I'm imagining this all in your voice, where you're like, yeah, and
I pretty much end on, it's got it all.
What is your job?
Well, I mean, I sort of... You know they say dress for the job you want? Hang on, bear with me. I built it, and then I thought I could probably earn some scratch off this. So I just sort of ferry people about when they need it.
You can also do something most people can't, which is travel through underneath Gehenna and start digging for things. And there is mining, of course, with volcanic minerals. There will be quite a lot of very useful igneous rock. Even crystalline gem structures would form quite easily under the surface due to how volcanoes work. I'll stop talking now.
So the bile and the balls and all the stuff came first.
Yeah.
And then...
It's pretty dangerous.
Oh, okay.
it's always you.
What do you mean it's always me?
The balls came first, right?
Oh, fine!
How wet naughty is it?
So, I mean, it's mostly the tourist trade. People who love really, really obscure rocks that are, you know, when volcanoes are formed. I don't really understand it, but they get very excited. And, it turns out I can take them there, so I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Grand.
Wait, should we go aboard?
Yes.
Sure.
Great. We should go through the cargo hold, because, so just look up at all of the people, everyone who's towering
Perigal
over.
is about, how tall are you, 7.5 foot-ish? Kelvin is about 7.5 foot tall. Andreas thinks he's the tallest at 6'5", I think.
Standing. I kind of sort of gesture at the main door, which is obviously built for a dwarf.
Yeah.
So go around the side.
Yeah, well, obviously Andreas won't fit through there.
Keldon is the smartest one.
That's just not true.
Well, when we were a team, you were the smart one.
Yes, that was true.
Alright, so you were saying about
Yeah, I'll show you.
Stepping through the cargo, which has one of those wonderful, like pneumatic opening hold bits. Step inside the cargo hold. None of this is made for comfort or for luxury.
None of this is made for comfort or luxury.
No, you're right.
To be fair,
You were saying about the tourist trade. Like, what do you expect to happen here?
Well, I mean, for one thing, in fairness, they've come to hell.
Hey, there's lots of spas here. You wouldn't believe it.
Prawn toast.
I'm really not certain that the prawn toast existed.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
I'm trying to give you a look.
Can I insight check the
of course you can, always.
Can Shamini also insight check? Got a natural 3 on the dice, so I'm not going to bother looking at that one.
Judah thinks he's being hunted by himself in the future. The prawn toast is a reference to the future. I don't know. As you step inside, this is quite a large cargo hold. There are sort of strange, like, what almost look like gunner's chairs at various points that clearly operate some of the machinery on the outside. You are all shown what they are, and you're also all shown how they work.
Which is the
you might need it.
biggest one?
The wrecking ball is about as big as you. It's a massive, swings out the back and just like it's a.
Can I use that one?
You've got a lovely voice. Of course you can.
Ah, you've got a lovely engine.
Well, maybe we should leave them.
Literal. That's definitely literal. Yeah.
Not that will come up in any time during this part of the adventure. Anyway, You are all given space in the cargo hold to sit. Again, it's not salubrious. There's like spaces you could sit and relax. There's not like cushions or chairs, but there are sort of benches either side of the wall. And in the meantime, Carianth, well, we'd best find our way to the Crawling City then. I think I can probably help steer it, but we might need to do a little bit of searching. You alright with that?
Sure, yeah.
Right, I'll come up to the space for 2 in the front.
At a push, yeah.
Maybe I'll stand outside the door and just gesture. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
all right.
it's a lot of levers. It's just easier if I,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm already on the wrecking ball gunnery chair.
I'm envisioning like.
slowly like.
I was literally waiting for the combat.
Okay, can you roll me a
Yes.
d20 and add 9 to it, please?
Me?
Yeah.
Is this against the cockpit?
It's the wrecking ball, and we'll see what happens.
Cool.
What, are you using it?
19.
Are you trying to hit anything?
No, I'm trying to work out, like, tentatively.
Andres pulling levers, guys.
I mean,
Oh gosh.
I've
There's
never used any
Oh,
sort of
God.
machinery in my life.
Honk!
Although I do use a flail.
Yeah, it's very similar. You can get if you turn quickly,
Yeah.
it flails left and right, and you're flailing around the back of the grinder.
I'm not going nuts.
No. You rolled a 19. You're able to keep some good control on it. So
Okay,
you are.
cool.
Is that flailing on the back of the grinder? Is that what that was?
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry.
We're very much being like left in this place to
Carianth
right?
is sort of looking at you on like, well, next stop, Crawling City, I hope. What if we run into anything? If you've shown them how it all works, so I suppose...
Oh yeah, I mean the tour's not just for show. I mean, though I do normally charge extra. But yeah, they should be fine.
Alright.
I'm here to answer any questions. You can see, I feel like there are like just a myriad of bellowing trumpets. Like,
Yes! Oh!
where people are just
yes.
yelling to
So you
one
can
another.
yell, you can speak from all the seats into each other.
Like a big brass intercom.
Yeah, lovely, like it. Yeah, that's
Cool.
great. Yeah.
That's
What does
delightful.
thinking outside the box mean?
Hello? Hello?
Well, it is more of a cylinder, but sometimes I have to contemplate things that aren't in here. So I'm thinking about things outside of the box. How am I doing?
Smashing it. It's like you've known him for ages.
Yeah.
Would anybody like a coffee?
I get out my alchemy jug and I'm going wine. I just-
So, coffees and wines are provided, and
Yep.
you're up and driving. We'll come back to that in a second.
Yep.
Carianth is up there sort of helping you guide. They do have access to spells that might help them find the Crawling City, which is not an easy thing to find.
Lovely.
But we'll come to that later. So, you're up and driving. The 6 of you are down in the cargo hold. Andreas is flailing around the back of the cylinder.
I offer wine
It's not
around.
better.
I'll take some wine.
Yep. Anyone who wants it.
If Carianth is hanging out of the door,
Yeah.
can I be next to them so that I can fire out of the door? Because there's not a weapon for everybody, is there?
There are enough weapons for everyone.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Is it very obvious which one is meant for each of us? Or do we need to decide?
No, we'll work that out when we need to work it out.
Okay, cool. There's not like a long pointy sword and one that's like a big crossbow and like one that's like a big chopping axe on the back. Oh,
No.
yeah, there'd be two. Okay. Well, there's a big wrecking ball.
That's a big wrecking ball. That's just because
It has one.
it has one,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I thought it would be fun.
Aragorn says no, thank you to the wine.
But these 6
No
of
worries.
you are now sat, and there's a sort of faint grinding noise, and it's loud. It's loud and gruff and unpleasant, and there's a faint, strange feeling as you start moving forward, and there's a slight juddering movement around you, and there's a slight drop, and the whole thing's now at a slight angle, and everything just leans over to the side slightly, and you are now travelling across Gehenna over the top at the moment, at about a 45 degree angle, just over the surface of Gehenna.
I'm trying to work out if this brass trumpet system is two-way or one-way.
No.
Go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? This is Andreas on the wrecking ball.
This is Flaster on the other end of that trumpet.
Yours is by one of the harpoon guns.
Just coming through.
Yeah.
Hi, Fluster.
Andreas, how are
I'm
you
on the
doing?
wrecking ball.
I am on the harpoon.
Ah, cool.
I'm looking forward to it. It's
Are we not all in the same room?
Yeah.
Passing you more wine.
How is it loud in here? How is everyone doing?
Kelden?
Andres, I'm in the middle of a welfare check. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm on the wrecking ball. I'm in the seat, controlling the wrecking ball.
We
Not
can-
on the wrecking ball. That would be crazy. Although it might happen later.
We can see you, Andreas.
Oh.
Hey.
I got into it. The wrecking ball.
Yep.
There are strange shuttered visors around the outside, so you can see out. And it's just boiling hot. The grinder is now literally like going over some lava. It sort of sinks in a little and then just pushes through and goes on. There's often like a vague sense like from the driver's seat as he's trying to keep this thing not tipping over. It's not the smoothest of journeys.
If anybody needs any flame protective grease, there's a massive tub in the middle of the room, really more of a barrel.
An open barrel.
There is the floor around you can see, there's things of like over the edge of it, it's at an angle, the whole thing's at a slight angle now, and just, there's a horrible like...
every single time there's a drip, it's just... and it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Buster, are you doing okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's been a perfectly good day. As I want to have some control over something in my life right now. But the welfare is. How is everyone else?
Have you tried talking to your, recently?
No.
Their patrons are all the fact.
Oh, okay. I honestly thought you were just giving like a quick trumpet blast.
Maybe they'd be really proud of you.
Or you could try firing the harpoon.
It does seem like a good way to have some control of a situation. But maybe if you tried talking to them, you wouldn't feel so at sea.
At sea, in
In
a
lava.
sea of. Yeah. Perhaps. I wanted to actually. Are you okay?
Yeah. I don't really like watching while all of you get hurt and not being able to do anything. It's rubbish.
You have had a terrible run of luck in the last few battles.
I feel like maybe I'm just not very good at not being stunned.
I think that is not true. I think it is very important that you remember how important you are to the rest of us. We would not survive for a minute without you.
That's not true. Monsoon's good at healing.
Not really on your scale. No, Fluster's right. We genuinely would not be alright without you.
It is very easy when the luck stacks up against you to forget that, but you are very good at what you do.
Well, still got all those diamonds, so.
Just in case.
Yay! Are you okay, Perigal?
I am perfectly fine. I don't know what you mean because I am definitely, obviously very fine.
Insight.
Although I am a little bit injured, so in that sense, not so much. Does sort of hurt here.
13.
I mean,
27.
Brains the operation.
Perigal's not fine.
Perigal's been doing a lot of staring into space and not being interested in the very, very, very fascinating things everywhere.
Have you ever been that close to? Have you ever been unconscious before?
You don't know.
I rolled a 27. Is that what's the problem or?
Do you fear death?
No. I'm going to say no.
He's
There's poison in the dagger, and I'm not sure it's fully.
I've got a healing potion if everyone is out of.
no, I've still got some.
I mean, we could just probably hang out here in this conical drilling thing, couldn't we? And it'd probably be fine soon.
No, it's alright. I mean, like, I've got. Could you, Shamini, tell me roughly how many
Yes.
hit points you need?
I am on 61 out of 72.
I'll give you a first level cure wounds.
Thank you.
Life cleric maths.
15.
Thank you.
I'm listening to this conversation, but I'm looking out the back for someone from my own timeline who might be following us.
Roll me perception check, Julie.
I don't think you're any weaker for.
Is that? It is. Oh God, it's a 1.
We'll come to it in a second.
You're-
I'm sorry.
What you did was really brave. Like I could still see.
Was it? What was? Was it? Oh, good.
I would have died. You saved my life. You saved
Well, okay, Kelvin told me
Monsoon's
to.
life.
Yeah, that was a good wall of bed hammock of force. Hammock. Yeah.
The tactically optimal choice in the moment.
But you chose to do it.
Yes, because it was the tactically optimal choice. I think probably was it. I think it was. I hope it was. No, it probably was. So logic will see us through the battles. Don't you all worry. I'm a good companion, colleague to have with you in times of fighting.
Can I roll insight on something specific?
Depends.
I want to roll insight on, is this Perigal being freaked out because hell's not as great as Perigal thought? Is it Perigal being freaked out because Perigal thinks that she didn't do the best thing in that fight? Or is it Perigal being freaked out because actually all these people can and might die at points? I'm trying to zone in on
Roll me an insight check on that.
super
In the
specific.
meantime, that 1 means you look out behind the back and you think you see your future. You don't see anything.
I have a plus 13 to insight, but that was a 1.
Wow.
Is
You don't know.
Perigal scared of a version of herself from the future?
Perigal's scared of the version of Judah from the partner.
Yeah, I just, yeah.
You
Big
try and
blank.
concentrate on Perigal, trying to work out how she's feeling, but your head is filled with dun 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 dun. Terminator, doesn't matter.
Perigal, we're not worried about you not being a good companion, or
I am good, so that is
we're not.
accurate.
You don't need to tell us. We know.
We would have.
Good.
We would have died without you. You saved my life.
Perigal, are you still worried about when everyone didn't trust you, apart from me, who always did? Oh, that's good.
I love you too.
My geography is not the best. How long does it take to get from here to what? Gehenna?
You're in Gehenna.
Which bit of the crawling the crawling city?
Which we have to find because we don't know where it is.
You don't know.
Great.
I'm sorry. Who are we gonna find there? I can't remember.
General, you're saying something. I'm gonna roll it. And that's a 27. Also, Chloe isn't quite sure what I've done wrong.
I'm trying to remind Perigal why she's important to us.
Wow, you'll suck at this.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah, I say that. General.
Oh, yeah, the general who's really important because
Assuming your insight check carried over, it's what Andreas said.
Yes!
That
Good time. Yes.
Oh no. At least I now understand your face, so I'm not going to say anything more. Just gonna keep drinking wine.
I guess from the front. So tell me about yourselves. It seems like you've had an absolutely awful morning, if I may say so.
Echoing out of the various trumpet speakers around.
It's literally like a prime directive.
It's not loud. It's more like there's a very gentle tone to Bunda, kind of like a sort of very warm tone, and it does carry through the tin cubes.
I guess the most important thing about us is that we started off this journey as a team of 5, and we're now a team of 6.
Yeah. It was also a pretty bad morning, and few days. It's been a bit of a week.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Just, you don't seem like the type of people who are interested in rare rocks, so I kind of just thought, what's your deal? Where are you going? Why are you going there?
I have read a book about rare rocks once.
Oh, I mean, we can see if some are in the filter later if you want to have a look.
That sounds very interesting, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Then Peregrine, why are you sad? What?
I'm not sad. I'm a very logical person who doesn't let emotions.
Logic. I just need to get
because
this.
I'm very unemotional.
Logic is like it's kind of like tactics and strategy, right?
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Okay. I like your wall of forces. Thing is, spells the magic.
Thanks, Andreas.
Perigal, I can't imagine us carrying on without you now.
No, don't go where you're going.
No, I mean, when this ends, I don't want you to go. I mean, I also don't want you to stay because hell is horrible, but
I appreciate that you value my, expertise and...
I don't value your expertise, I value you.
Well, I have a lot of magic skills, and I'm very good at it. I've trained. I spend a long time, training to make sure I'm very useful in all sorts of situations. Not climbing, not so much, but other situations.
I don't care if you're useful.
Don't you?
No, you could be a bag of rocks. As long as you're you.
That doesn't seem terribly helpful.
Perigal, has no one just valued you for the person that you are before?
I am very valuable in what?
You are
I don't know.
kind
Am I?
and generous and brave and clever and funny.
Look, alright, I'm not going to... I'm still going to help you out, You don't have to make me feel better and pretend to be friends. I'm still going to, work with you and all that sort of thing, so you don't have to...
And a friend to every single
Say all
person here.
Yeah, what do you mean pretend?
things. I've been told I may be sometimes too trusting. So I'm going to try and not be too trusting anymore.
I just also would like to go up to one of the, actually not that close to one of the things, and talking at the same level we've been talking, just going, Bundor, can you hear everything through the trumpets?
Oh yeah, this is intense. But it's, it seems like you care about one another, and that's great. I was going to ask, would it help if we're making good time? Do you think it would make people feel better if they came and drove for a bit?
Could we just have 5 seconds first?
In like a little bit, if that's right.
Yeah, okay. No.
Yeah, sorry, it's intense. Sorry for that. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining
Okay, right.
much.
Well, not like you can still hear. Right.
Perigal,
Yes?
I know what you mean.
Do you?
Sometimes you can trust the wrong people. It leads to dangerous situations, feelings getting hurt, etc., etc. Have this. I take the silver knife out of my boot,
Yes.
which Judah gave me.
Yes.
Toss it over to Perigal.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Alright, let's This is definitely almost certainly fine.
As long as we don't end the lesson about trust by just throwing a knife into Perigal.
It's a really dodgy trust game.
12!
You catch it.
Fucking hell.
If anyone ever, I don't know, betrays you or whatever, you stab them in the eye.
I've got another one. If everyone could just,
Stab them in the eye.
fail
In the eye.
the magical effect. You don't have to.
Of course.
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, if this is like something that you've like, I know that's the one you're gonna cast rather than like calm emotions or something.
No.
Then I'll fail it.
If you don't want to fail it, it's a Christmas saving throw.
I feel like you've indicated that I should fail it, and
Oh,
Perigal does what she's told. So
Perigal.
yeah, sure.
Perigal, you absolutely don't have to.
Oh,
It's your choice.
oh. Someone just tell me what to do, please.
No.
Oh dear. Stab him in the eye.
Yeah. And it'll work on fiends because it's silver. Thanks, Judah.
That's the best.
Is Andreas trying to pass a charisma saving throw?
Does Andreas notice that the spell is being cast?
I mean,
upon
if
him?
he tried, he would. So he's not going to try because, yeah.
All of you are under the effects of the truth, except for you. You're in the cockpit as miles away. And Karen also is standing by the door of the cockpit, just sidesteps into the cockpit out of the way of the zone of truth.
Are you
Just
gonna-
yellow eyes,
you
just
want to roll?
watching Carrion.
You are all now under the effect of zone of truth. You must speak the truth. You only give the truth. Nothing but that. You can choose not to speak.
I just thought this might, help.
What is it?
You can only speak the truth.
Huh.
You don't have to talk if you don't want to. I trust you.
Oh.
And I value you for you as a person. Not for you for your magic. Slightly you for your magic. But mostly for you as a person.
Why?
Because you're important to me.
I think you're all great. If I hadn't already, I think you're all great. I'm used to people not necessarily trusting. I'll put the knife away. I'm sorry. It's just that where I'm from, they don't tend to trust outsiders, and I was pretty much raised there, but that doesn't count apparently.
You are an outsider where you are from?
Oh yes, it's all elves. Just everyone's an elf there. It's very nice.
You are not an
Quite
elf.
nice. No, not so much. No, that was yes, they noticed that too. Actually, but they were all mostly nice, very nice people, but it's sometimes sensible not to. Yeah, it is sensible not to trust people we don't know. It's just that I thought you, and then you gave me some humbugs, and then they weren't real, and I was like, Monsoon has given me humbugs. But then I completely understand if you. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're necessarily friends. I don't want to make any assumptions.
I don't give humbugs to people I don't like.
You did not actually give her humbugs.
Look, they. Okay, I don't know what went on with the humbugs, okay? I've been trying not to think about what went on with the humbugs, but they fell on the ground, and the ground, gave way on... This isn't the whole point of the Zone of Truth thing. I feel like I'm using up my truth. But I wouldn't have given you things if I didn't think you were worth things.
Those spring rolls seem so delicious.
Yeah, and also the prawn toast.
I'm sorry if I didn't seem like I trusted you, because I've kind of talked about how it's a bit odd that you seemed so into hell when we first met you. That wasn't me trying to be like you're different or an outsider. Sorry.
No, it's very tactically sensible. That's the important thing.
Yeah, but we don't need to be tactically sensible around you. That's not how you treat people.
But we're not talking about battle situations because we should be tactically sensible.
You're tactically sensible when you're fighting someone else or in that kind of thing, but you don't have to use tactics with a mate.
Oh.
I'm
Mate.
Calden. Oh, we weren't tactically sensible, if we're honest. And then, yes.
No, you're not tactically sensible, so yeah.
It always works out fine. Also, hell can be quite fun, you know. I mean,
It's true.
slaying
It's quite nice,
fiends.
Slaying demons.
Yes, and the devils. They're different, you know.
I have enjoyed it ever so much, and you know, if you, I don't want to assume anything about our relationship, and if you want to be just colleagues, that's fine as well. I don't want to overstep the bounds or anything. Kenny,
I think what they're trying to say is,
laughing at me.
you came to us as a shambling, naive mess of a person hanging off a hornet's nest. And we've seen you grow and become part of our team. An integral part of our team.
I learned a spell now for actually getting up there, so if that happens again, I've got to...
Good skills.
I wasn't laughing at you. It's when you said about colleagues, and I was just imagining all of us like sat at desks and we like give each other presents and do like special birthday, and that was what was making me laugh. Not
That sounds so lovely.
yeah. So I wasn't laughing at you. Sorry. The
I
idea of us in an office.
I was laughing at Judas saying that thing.
Also, Daragel, if any of your friends say something to you that you do not like, that hurts your feelings, that makes you feel like less than you want to feel, you can say that to them.
Yeah.
just want to have friends in the first place, really.
You
Well, you
don't need
do.
to want to. You have.
That's awesome.
5 of us.
Or stab them in the eye.
Can I give you a hug?
Group.
Yeah, look over and like.
Andreas, do you leave? With group hug.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna like pull out one hand and like tug on your wrist. Andreas. Andreas.
Oh,
Andreas.
can I pat Perigol on the back?
Thank
Good
you.
bugbear. Very good. If you were a bag of rocks, Andreas the giant would throw you over his shoulder, still in a sack, not just throwing like a wrestler does with salt, but
I'm gonna drop
But-
the spell.
a wizard, and I would get you turned back into a bugbear or something else if you wanted that. Wizards are very powerful. I would take you to Mr. M. Yes. Oh, what are you doing?
I mean, well, that was our. I mean, I want to see about driving this thing, I guess.
It is pretty cool.
It's really good. I used to drive carts for the army, and they were not half as good as this.
I wonder how it's powered.
Do you all start clustering up towards the cockpit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. I stay like at the back of the cluster.
I don't cluster, but I do fluster.
I'm going to try and work out if I can see how any mechanisms work, like how any
Roll
of
me
it's
an Arcana
powered.
check.
Oh, it's Arcana! That's
Can I ask
exciting.
how far
Really
from
be good at it.
the bit where we are, the cockpit is?
It's about 50 foot long, and the front 20 or so feet are all drill, so about 30 foot across,
Okay.
conveniently.
22.
22. It's not magic.
Why did you make me roll Arcana then?
To distinguish.
To distinguish.
Oh, to tell. Oh.
There's a very large furnace underneath where the cockpit is, and it is
Feels like
powered by coal. Like, this is not using soul coins. This is not using anything untoward or magical to power this thing. It is literally just a very large combustion engine.
Am I familiar with those?
No.
Not even from the books.
No.
Can I work out the entire details of the internal working of a combustion engine from somehow looking at the outside?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
That's intelligence.
Guidance.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
I'm going to roll guidance. Just
Come
in
on,
case.
4.
1. 21 plus something. I got an natural 20. many.
I'll put it this way: I'm making a note to myself to kill Perigold before the end of the adventure. Otherwise, the rest of Faerun has combustion engines now. I won't. Don't
26.
worry.
I'm sorry.
Wizard's gonna wizard.
You are starting to understand that this is using a powder-like substance that ignites when sparked, and that causes a winding, whirring effect around various gears that powers a system that turns other things around this contraption, this device. It's incredibly interesting.
I spent a while on that.
As people move up towards the cockpit, Cariantha sort of cast a few spells, pointed you in various directions. You are sort of like heading off to various points and looking over. Like Gehenna's a very strange place. It's all at roughly a 45-degree angle because it's all the side of a volcano that seems to go on forever, which is really hard to find shit on. So you, as an experienced traveller, would have dug through this area, like would have gone over it, gone round it, and you're basically looking for sort of outcroppings and places where you get a wider view of a wider part of this, just looking to see if you can see any signs of the crawling city. So while this has all been going on, can you roll me a survival check?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
What am I adding to? Oh, it doesn't matter. I rolled
It's
a
your
one.
wisdom.
With the help of Carianth, right?
Carianth casts spells.
Yeah,
They don't
that's,
get on that way.
that's a
doesn't help
6.
A 6.
Yeah.
I cover myself in fire-resistant grease.
Alright, cover yourself.
Oh, how,
Why? Just do
Because he got a 6.
how carefully are you doing that with the open
No,
barrel?
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
It's so yucky.
It would give you fire resistance if you covered yourself head to toe with it.
It would also be fantastic for wrestling.
It would, that's true. We'll leave that thought with you. You, while moving to various craggy outcroppings, you have not managed to see any sign of the crawling city, and you and Karen are just discussing what to do next. Maybe it would make sense to dig through and look on the other side.
I mean, sure, I'm always happy to dig through and look on the other side.
Might take a bit of time. I guess we're in no rush. At this point, everyone's costume out. You all stopped having your heart to heart? I'll go stand in the back. Kara sort of sidles past.
I kind of feel like the cockpit is like Bundle's basically built a ship's wheel in for the steering. Even though there's probably a more efficient way of doing it. He just likes it. Yeah. And there are probably lots of levers. I kind of because
Delightful.
I can cast Mage Hand at will. I kind of feel like he just likes being on the tiller, and if anything else needs doing, it's just like ka-chunk. So it's just there, like, that's probably not even hooked up to anything. It's like,
This is our second NPC who's just had a random wheel to
Oh my gosh, it actually is.
there are dozens of us.
Oh boy.
Are you sure you're not the
Not real.
same character?
Not real. Someone do some sort of a check on this.
I'm
We are-
tied. I
We
can't
are
stand.
on another vehicle with Carianth on it.
Oh.
Monsoon would not have realised this. Monsoon would not have realised.
I think actually walking in and seeing you just like doing this on the wheel
that's-
and like it doesn't look like
Flashback
it's connected
that is.
up to anything. I think plus it's just sort of like and I am going to try and work out whether you're real.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh,
Things have
investigation.
happened, Johnny.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Been betrayed before.
This very much shows you how Chris has treated us so far.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that this is just how I roll. Go on.
How I rolled
Mm.
was investigation. Oh, I don't add anything to that. It's just a 12.
12. You close your eyes and look very carefully.
Wait, how would I do that if my eyes were closed?
Squint.
Do you mean narrow?
You narrow your eyes very carefully, looking
Yeah.
just. Probably fine. Behind you, you hear faint. From Karian's just wandering around the back.
I look at it.
I hate this
Can
game.
I-
I hate this game.
Does it have to be investigation?
Yes. Takes you through illusions.
The last time it was a wisdom check.
That was a wisdom saving throw
Saving
after you got
throw.
off the boat,
Mm.
which is a different thing.
I would like to, even if I have to like call slightly over people or through like a trumpet from the back. Bundur, how often do you have to re-grease?
Oh, it's been so long. You know when people ask you how long it's taken to grow a beard, and you just don't know because when you feel like it. Really?
Is any of the grease for sale?
I suppose, yeah.
Cool. We can hash out details later, but just wanted to check.
Oh, I mean, if you just want some, just help yourselves. It's fine.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back and I have promised that I'm gonna be sensible from now on, and sensible means covering myself in fire-resistant grease. So I'm gonna do it.
That is very sensible.
Splush, 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 splush.
That is super sensible.
Fluster is just like, I asked for this. Just like
doing
one
this for
eye, like one eye is twitching.
Are they in the cockpit?
Yeah, I think they're just looking through. Yeah, because I suppose I was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a go?
With the grease, no.
No, I meant with the controls. You see that lever over there?
Oh.
That one, just that one there.
Yeah.
All it does is donuts. That's what that's there for. So, I'll hold on to the tiller. Very
Hold on back
important.
there! Grabs the donut lever.
Now I have to check. Is that donuts as in?
Oh yeah.
Or is that it's a machine
It
that
produced
makes
donuts.
Oh no, that one's up there. And it's more of like a. So.
I was really excited because I thought we were going to get donuts.
I
to
thought
eat.
we were going to
My
Oh.
first
to eat,
thought was
yeah.
donuts to eat, and then I was like,
did
no, we're in a vehicle, and
Yeah.
Fluster has shouted, hold on back there over their shoulder, and has
Why
pulled the
would
donuts
we need to hold
lever.
on to be able to eat donuts?
and with a horrible grinding screech, the whole grinder just does a complete donut. Just zooms around in a circle. People at the back just whoop. Andreas in the chair. It's
I'm
like,
falling
whoa.
off.
No. The chair is designed for this.
Oh.
It holds itself steady.
Like in the Millennium Falcon.
Like in the Millennium Falcon. As you just see you go around and go, yes. In battle, I will be safe.
Do I need to make any kind of save? Because I'm
I need everyone who is not hanging on to something,
Please.
which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, to make a dexterity saving throw. You do it with disadvantage because you're covered,
in grease.
Carol is like looking really carefully
Yeah.
at something. Really
You're
delicate.
fine, you're in the
Oh
chair.
yeah. Okay. Right. Fine.
Sorry, everybody.
That's
Fine.
You can't put a donut lever in front of me.
9.
9.
I got 9 as well.
Mine as well.
9.
You're
Someone
still
call
in.
the
You're in
police.
Do I need this?
11.
Oh, that's 2 above it. Do I need to roll one?
No, you probably you're there. You're holding on.
Yeah.
You know what's coming. All of you just go flying around the back. You all take
Oh no!
3 points of damage as you're caught
Sorry.
around the back a little bit. Whereas Monsoon, you just just like slide, just, like the image I want is a steady cam on the back, and everyone's going and flying across. It's clearly central gravity, and you just going sliding along.
It's slowed down, and the music in the background is the like na 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 na. She like slides slowly across the floor.
I was imagining an Inception for something like.
Yeah.
No, that's the horn.
And you have done 1 donut.
I like immediately let go and go, I'm so sorry, everybody.
Ow. Oh.
That was
I love
actually
hell.
that was pretty cool.
Oh, Foster, I think you might need to hammer this shoulder again.
Oh,
Massive dent.
I mean, it gives me something to do with my hands. I mean, do you want to take off your armor now?
Absolutely not. Later.
Carianth steps out from behind something where they just hung on.
Wait, is there a lever that I can pull?
Sure, which one? You tell me what you're aiming for, and I'll point you towards the nearest approximate lever.
Or the other seats.
I want the one that
There's a
makes
bench.
donuts.
Oh, yeah, no worries. It's just up there. Yeah. Donuts.
It's a donut.
if possible.
Yes, you can feed yourself donuts with the donut machine. That's
Big
fine.
cow mouth, like.
Can I make my investigation, because now it's donuts and the last one had humbugs, and I think now Monsoon would go.
Check
Wait,
the donuts.
I'm
Check
so
the donuts.
paranoid.
Check the donuts specifically.
So it's just
Are you
an
checking the
intelligence.
donuts?
I'm checking on the vehicle.
What are you checking for?
Is this real?
Fine.
And it's just a straight intelligence
Investigation.
investigation. Sorry.
It would be very convenient considering how worried that we were about the last ship being powered by souls that this method of transportation is not soul powered at all.
16.
You look over to a wall, just sort of looks fine.
Karenth,
Uh-huh.
is this like that magic pretend ship that you tricked us onto last time?
Sorry, we don't trust anyone.
It's fine.
It wasn't a magic pretend ship.
Insight.
What was it then?
3.
Vanished.
Minus something, I think.
It was definitely a magic pretend ship, Andreas.
4, actually. 4.
Yeah, it was definitely a magic pretend ship.
Liar.
Things down here have a tendency not to be exactly what they seem, but that does not mean they're not helpful in their own way.
That's a very good way of answering that question without actually answering that question.
You're right, it's almost like I've done it before.
So, is this real?
Does it matter?
Yes.
It depends if it's going to eat our souls.
It's not going to eat your soul.
Insight check. 14.
It's not going to eat your souls.
Nobody get emotionally attached to the dwarf.
I'm standing right here. And in fairness, I built this thing. So I could have told you it doesn't run on souls. Why are you asking?
After Perigal says that, can I just turn around and see if she's holding the silver dagger? Getting ready to stab the dwarf in the eye.
Eric will put the dagger away and we'll definitely forget about it at any time it may be useful. Sorry.
I'm sorry, you have probably not got the best impression of us, Bandor. The last ship that we travelled on was not everything that it seemed, and we have come along and put all of our problems on you. Not that we'd ever do that, but
Some people got emotionally attached. Not me, I'm very logical.
This is a stupid question to ask someone who is maybe an illusion. Is there anything that you can do to assuage some of our fears? I don't know how I can ask any of that.
I trust you, Captain. Brun.
Is this one of the situations where I should be trusting or shouldn't be trusting? I got confused in that hole.
You was
need
not
to
in the
decide
circle.
that for yourself.
Oh, that's so unhelpful.
I trust your dress sense.
Okay, I'll level with you. The tiller doesn't really do much. But apart from that, I'm on the level. Well, 45-degree canted angle, but you know what I mean. Sorry, that was another idiom.
Can I insight check that?
Do you understand the idiom?
No, I'm insight checking that he said he was on the level.
Yes, but do you understand the idiom on the level?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes to that one.
I do not.
Level. No, I don't understand the idiom. 12.
Okay.
What's on the level then?
I want to insight check it, but I don't understand the idiom. How can you be on the level when we're so wonky?
Yeah, no, I meant you can... I'm trustworthy.
On
That's
the
our
angle.
insight check.
More insight checks today than we have in
Oh
the
my
whole fucking room.
That was not much better, that was a 15.
Seems on the level.
What does that mean?
You
Okay.
seem very on the level to me, seeing as we are currently on the same level.
I just kind of chuckle. Go back to...
We are struggling to find any sightline on the crawling city or any reference to where it might be, so the suggestion is at the moment that we do a bit of digging.
Oh, well, how are you looking?
Perhaps Andreas can help.
What?
Well, you have some experience with the lower planes. You are very good at finding things when we look, but...
Andreas, what plane are we on right now?
Gahonas.
Did you just say gonads?
Henna. Probably.
yeah,
The
it's on
thing is, I mean, yes and no, because we're going, we're digging into a mountain and stuff. This is tricky territory.
I mean,
What was that face for?
Am I getting advantages or something?
You get everything you would normally get for being in hell.
But I am a very good tracker, so yes, I will.
If you step outside.
If I step outside and climb onto the wrecking ball, just like I said I would.
You can lean out the door and have a quick look.
I thought we were in lava.
You're not in lava, you're on top of... At this point, you're not actually in lava, otherwise you'd be just slowly sinking in lava. You move onto a rocky
Oh,
crack.
thank goodness.
At
So
this
what do you mean
point-
the door's open?
At this point, I must insist on the grease. If you're gonna go up top.
I'm not getting on the wrecking ball covered in grease,
Well,
hanging over the lava.
you're not getting on the wrecking ball unless you're covered in grease. I'm afraid.
I would slip off.
It's not as bad as you think.
Make a performance check, please, Monsoon.
I've not been rolling very well
I'm
this
gonna
whole
add
thing.
Ilmater's
Oh god
guidance.
damn it! It's not one.
Rolling dice. Just any
Monsoon's
dice.
face, they go, it's fine. It just looks like the entire face is like, it's like someone's pressed up against a window.
Yeah, I think it looks especially bad because I've got those like huge corkscrew horns that are just full on dripping. It looks like melted candles. It's real gross.
And of
Andreas
course,
has...
water wouldn't mix with grease, so it's just dripping off the grease as well.
Oh yeah, there's a horrible like kind of shiny resistance between it and my skin.
covered himself in olive oil before, but that's a different story. Can I just poke my head out? What's the situation with the doors?
To open the,
Windows, that sort of thing.
you could, there are shutters you could sort of lean out of. It's quite hard to see out of them. You could try and get into the cockpit and look out. There is a front sort of glass bit, but it is very tempered, so it would be hard to see out of.
I could see if I can do something to help, and then if that doesn't work, we could always dip you in grease then.
It's nothing personal, it's for the insurance premiums. They won't pay out if you weren't covered in grease.
I've heard they're very specific when you're taking tourists.
Oh, oh, goodness me. You know what they say about lawyers being devil's advocate.
All over, all about the grease.
Yeah, and they,
Yes, I know about insurance premiums. Payouts. Damn.
Are you going to poke your head out of the side door to have a look and see if you can see any tracks of the crawling city?
Well, I'm going to sort of slowly, considering I'm wearing a full visored helmet, which will hopefully give me a bit of protection.
I mean, your tour guide has told you not to put anything outside the vehicle unless it's covered in grease.
Should I take my helmet off?
It is an excellent conductor of heat. Sorry, yes.
Conductors do music. Take off my helm. Why am I? Oh yes, I'm the expert in the terrain.
Andreas takes his helmet off and
The camera immediately moves away from
camera
him.
moves away from him immediately so we can't see
Yeah.
his face. It's very important.
Can I ask you to ping it?
What?
I need to turn my axe on for Tudor. Tudor, I really don't think you need to worry. I'll tell you if I think you've gone bad, alright?
I'm just making sure we're not being tracked.
I really don't think you're going to be evil.
If you are evil, you have friends who will tell you you're evil. That's what friends are for.
That's great. Am I going evil?
I've heard this talk, Judah.
Roll a damn survival check, Tommy, for fuck's sake!
Do you roll with advantage?
Don't you just double your
I'll
proficiency?
cover myself in grease, yeah.
Get on with it!
Having a conversation.
I'm casting enhance ability on you for wisdom, so you get to roll with advantage.
Is this on if I think Judah thinks he's turning
Oh my god.
Although if you
Dad,
wanted
you
to
got
roll
the
that now,
grease.
you would have
I also take off the top plate, the bread, loads of grease. Blah,
To be fair, it's on all wisdom checks, so if you want to roll insight now, you're rolling it with advantage.
Oh, just doesn't help. Okay. And I poke my head out slowly, being aware there'll be an intense wave of heat, which I don't want to burn my eyebrows off.
There is an intense wave of heat that does not burn your eyebrows off.
I have to cast it on third level, so I have to cast it on 2 people, so I'm going to cast it on myself as well.
I see if I can see giant track marks from something that might or might not be a crawling city.
Roll me a survival check with all of your demonologist bits and bobs.
I mean, it's
And
just advantage, which I've already got.
And double proficiency because of favoured enemy.
See if we can improve on that. No. Second one was a 1.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Only once today. Just once.
Yeah.
so many ones.
Just once.
Survival.
Yes, please.
That is okay. So I've got plus. It's double the proficiency, and proficiency is plus 4.
Right now, yes.
So plus 8, plus 9, 27. First one was an 18.
Nice.
In the distance, as you look out, you sort of, and it's very hot and that sort of wavy, like it's very hard to see things because the ground is almost giving off heat with this severe intensity. You see two things. The first thing you see is looking over this quite sort of craggy cliff area, you're looking into a lava flow, and it is just pouring down the mountain. It's quite a way away, but the heat is still incredible. Like you're this cliff's probably about 50 feet up, and you're sort of perched on one side of it here. Looking across the lava flow, you can see the earth looks like it's been churned by thousands of crawling hands, and there is a very definite direction that you could easily follow. With a 27, you also see from the lava flow Judah from the future. You see a head poke out of the lava flow and turn slowly.
How close?
About 50 feet. And turn slowly in the general direction of the grinder. It's a dragon's head. And its eyes are made of molten lava just pouring out, and its skin is cracked obsidian.
Oh, cool.
And as it slowly turns towards the grinder, you realise its head is as big as the grinder.
You know we haven't had a long rest, right?
Yes. And on that, we'll take a pause. What does Andreas say?
He's pointing at the dragon because only in his wild fantasies has he ever slain a dragon. And he turns round and says, Judah the Crotcher of Fate's here! And tries to keep a straight face whilst he's covered in grease.
And on that bombshell, we will pause for 5 minutes. See you in a second, everyone.
Yeah.
And then I said, "You're a dragon."
Thanks, Toby. And we're back. Hello, everyone. So, I just confirmed with the players that a short rest was taken during the nice conversation of events of the last...
The relaxing conversation.
The relaxing
Really
conversation.
chill
So
conversation that
restful.
we had.
I'm going to
Yeah.
count that as a short rest, otherwise I'm just being
Thank
cruel.
you.
So,
Hunter sense.
you are one to cast Hunter's Sense on the dragon.
I wouldn't say cast because it's a ranger ability, but yeah.
What does it do?
As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 foot.
Yeah, which it is.
You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. Don't know what that was.
This will-
What
sounds
they
like my
are,
French accent.
If the creature is not hidden from divination magic, you can use this feature 1 times per long rest, which I think is a grammatical error on D&D Beyond. I want to fix that.
What it is it fills in the number, and you are a very low-level ranger, you fool. Did you try and do something, and now it has...
I just lost my character. I'm sorry, D&D Beyond. How are you so quick? I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, we'll handle it. Pass me your pad and I'll handle that for you in a second. You, looking at this dragon, peering out of the lava pool, looking towards you, realise you get damage immunities, is that right?
Probably.
Yep. It's immune to fire damage.
Cool.
Oh, wild.
Any resistances or immunities, vulnerabilities?
No.
Cool.
Just fire.
Okay, cool.
If Toby has time to do that, do I have time to activate my Hexblade's Curse?
Can you see it?
Toby's just said that the corruptor of Andreas
Yeah.
has just said that the corruptor of fate is over there, so I have run over and I'm very fast.
I think it's time we all rolled initiative, don't you think?
How
think
come
it
Toby
probably is.
always gets
He's looking out the window at nothing.
Chris is being nice because statistically, Toby's going to be the last person to do anything.
Yeah, that's fair. He's got to do something. Yeah.
Please roll me
No, it's
initiative.
gonna be me.
No.
Toby, can you meet the fix
Not
that?
roll another one.
Oh my!
No.
I'm not
Wow.
Okay.
Both of them the same.
Hey, that's
great.
better
I
than
thought
a
it was
one.
1, but it's fine.
Hey.
Yes.
It is.
It's alright, Chloe. You'll probably go before me.
I know. I'm really smashing
Are
up
you
those
ready?
single
Have you got
digits.
initiative, can't you? Do you know what your modifier is? That's all fine.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. And I'm roll above a 20.
Yeah.
What did you get?
21.
21 for Fluster. Anyone roll above a 15?
18.
18?
20.
20 for Bundle. And 18 for Judah. Anyone above a 10?
13.
13 for Peridot.
9.
9 for Andreas. Anyone below a 9?
I'm after Andrea. 7.
7 for Monsoon.
Cullen.
2! 2 for Keldon. Bluster. Andreas has just shouted that the corruptor of fate is outside. What do you do?
Wait, are you not rolling?
Already have.
Yeah.
I got 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm going to run over the door,
Yep.
look out,
Yep.
activate my Hexblade's Curse.
On the dragon.
Yes, and I'm going to shout, it's a fucking dragon!
I'm so sorry, Judah. Seriously, there is a dragon out there.
I'm going to go close the fucking door and run over to one of the harpoons.
Okay, you have
Do
a
I
choice.
have time to... Oh,
You have a choice of the wrecking ball. There are 2 harpoon flingers. There is
Ooh.
also an acidic bile sprayer and a necrotic smokescreen machine. You don't know what any of these are, but there are 6 seats.
It's immune to fire.
I feel I'm going to take one of the harpoons, which is one of the less interesting ones, but I feel like I can probably add Hexblade's Curse damage to that.
Please make a note that you are at one of the harpoon guns.
I will remember it.
Fine. by me. So you jump into one of the seats, just, and again, it's this sort of like, whoa, it's sort of a gyroscopic seat. It works very well.
My head doesn't move like a chicken's.
Brilliant. Bundor, you've seen one of these things before,
Yeah.
and you know the drill.
Yeah.
It's the drill. Run away.
Yeah, pretty much just like, oh, there we go, batten down the hatches. And I wanted, I'm not going to pull the donut lever because I'm very high up in the initiative order. I'm just going to make evasive manoeuvres with the thing. I'm just going to sort of like turn us so we can start on in some form of escape vector.
Okay, so you're turning to head off, so the whole grinder starts just turning on the spot to find a good escape vector to get away. Can you please roll me a land vehicles check?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Was it my action to get in the seat?
No, it wouldn't have been.
May I afterwards do something?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
It's a 16 all in all, I think.
16,
Yep.
lovely. You turn it and you also position, because you have to, into a, like you're going to be drilling, and also you get your movement, which is the machine's movement, which is 100 feet around. When it's drilling, it's 50, which means you can start digging in, but you would be only like the machine's length in, not fully out of sight yet. What do you want to do while that's happening?
May I fire a harpoon? at
You want
the
to fire a
dragon?
harpoon at the dragon whose head is poking out of the lava and only the head.
That's what I said.
Go. Go for it.
That's the thing that I said. What am I?
When you roll with the harpoon, you add a +5 to hit.
It hasn't got anything to do with my dexterity or anything.
It does not.
Okay, and then that's a 14. Does that hit the dragon's AC? 14?
It
14?
also has at least 3/4 cover because it is, under the lava. So
You said the head was 50 feet long.
correct.
Cool.
As you turn and ping, this little harpoon just flies out, and as it turns its massive head, it just ding, goes off. And this sort of like little jet of lava just comes out the front of its mouth as it turns with like.
Fluster's very, very long caracal is just like.
And as you're doing that, the grinder starts drilling into the ground and is slowly disappearing from sight into the ground, getting away.
Captain Dwarf Brandy. What's happening? Where are we going?
In, my son. In.
Judah, what would you like to do? Please note that the hatch is still open and Dres is still standing by the hatch. It's just a thing.
And we are digging in.
You are digging in.
So I am going to use my. I'll use cunning action to move to get across.
Uh-huh.
And I'll close the door.
Uh-huh.
And pull you in and close the door so that as we're.
You can probably feel I'm almost sort of just on my
I know.
toes,
Yeah.
thinking of jumping out.
We need you to the controls that wrecking ball. Not on it.
Big dragon, Judah.
Get on the wrecking ball.
Okay, you have an action.
Well, I don't have anything to do as an action, so that's all I was going to do. I just wanted to make sure the door was closed.
Do you want to get into one of the gyroscopic seats?
I can still do that. So
Which one? There's
I
another
will-
harpoon gun.
I like the sound of something that's a bile sprayer.
Leap into the bile sprayer. Go for it.
Gross.
Just as you step inside, it's sort of like there's sort of tanks around. It's got a sort of horrible smell, and as you get in, there's kind of a at the front of this sort of strange spray can at the front.
Nice.
It's on the side as well. You are also in. At the end of your turn, the dragon uses a legendary action and beats its wings.
Oh no! What does that look like?
It is gargantuan, so it is fucking huge. As you're like, oh no, as you start digging away, an absolutely gargantuan, incredibly big dragon. Its wings just flash out as it rises out of the lava, heat and just molten liquid rock dripping off it as it takes one hefty and just like pulls itself out of the lava and into the air, flying over in your direction.
Cool.
It has travelled
That was a legendary action.
40 feet.
It wasn't even its turn.
We're
and it's now
not on the ground
flying
yet.
towards you. You are digging into the ground, you're not completely underground yet.
Oh my god.
Very good.
It's more like it's not a fiend, is it? Dragon. It's a dragony creature.
No.
But I can see it.
You are currently inside. You have to be in one of
Oh.
the gyroscopic chairs to see out, which have these sort of shuttered bits you can see through.
Oh right. I'll go and sit in a chair.
Which one?
Pointy, throwy, sharp thing.
There's a harpoon gun.
Yes, make sharp things, go into things.
Cool.
Pearl's speciality.
Do you want a harpoon gun? That's fine.
I'll do that. I definitely know how this works. And I suppose I'll try and fire things at it, I suppose.
Cool. The harpoon gun can shoot backwards as you're digging into the ground. You try and shoot as it
Yes.
flaps up ahead of you. Make me an attack roll. Add 5 to the attack roll.
Definitely a good plan. No, a terrible plan.
I think you could also look out the window from there if you wanted to do spells
And just
or
see it
anything.
and-
Yeah,
You could, yes.
if you weren't
Yes.
going to fire harpoons. I think whatever
No,
you
I've-
want to do.
Said
Mm.
I feels like, although my instinct would be to do magic, when one is sitting in the pointy shooty chair, and one should do the pointy shooties because the ever so nice, probably real dwarf, didn't spend all the time giving us the instructions for them, so it does seem to be a waste. I mustn't be impolite not to. 18.
18. Hits it, but it just bounces off it, and as it's flying up, this harpoon just, it does nothing.
The harpoon does not seem to be very effective, just
Nope.
FYI.
That was the same for me as well, I say into one of the trumpets.
Hey!
Hello, Fluster.
It's a big one, I'll give it that!
It's bigger than any you've seen before. Andreas, what would you like
Still
to do?
stands.
So, I mean, I'm assuming if we're sort of burying, it'll be out of range of the wrecking ball.
Wrecking ball's at the back. You could hold your action with the wrecking ball hit it if it gets close.
Yeah, sure.
So you jump into the wrecking ball chair, just flinging around the back.
Yeah.
You are ready, prepared, holding an action, waiting for it to get close. You can.
I think I need to be smart here and do a bonus action because it's now my turn and
Yes.
it won't be, and then you'll do all that like it's not your turn anymore stuff.
Wow.
All those
Wow.
D&D
Yeah.
rules.
Rules. And I'm going to Hunters mark one bonus action. Yes.
Yeah, you can see it. You hunters mark it. That's fine.
And mystically mark it as my quarry.
I think you've already done that, haven't you?
It's kind of a second different flavour of marking it mystically as my quarry.
Sheer rage and anger mark it in Andreas' mind. Great.
More like ranger. Okay.
Monsoon,
I would like to go to the acidy chair.
which is where Judah is.
Of course. Sorry. No.
There is a necrotic shroud and one more harpoon gun.
Necrotic shroud, because the harpoons seem to be rubbish. No offence, but they're not dealing with this thing
No
right
offense,
now.
but your thing seems shit.
The necrotic shroud.
Okay, lovely. It's also a chair, but this is less of a sort of gun turret or anything you can fire. This is basically, in front of you is a very strange looking sort of like exhaust pipe, and it's also at the back, and there's just a button for you to press.
Cool. I pressed the button. Activate the shroud.
There is a sort of a horrible coughing, like burping belch, and then from somewhere within the grinder you hear this sort of like, and suddenly at the back there's a sort of, and this horrible black cloud of necrotic smoke just fires out the back, and now you can't see anything. The entire thing, the entire sky, everything is enshrouded in this horrific cloud. If you were outside, it would be very bad, but you're not.
It's like a skunk spray, and then we just like dive away. It's going to be great.
Squid.
I like this machine.
It's
It's squidding! Oh my gosh!
squink.
Yep.
Also, as impressive, there's a little like tank next to it that you don't know what it's there for. But the little thing inside just goes. Pew, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I can figure that out. And I'm going to. Can I see where you are?
Everything inside is not clouded. It's only outside that's clouded.
Yeah, but just in terms of where everyone is. But I assume
You can
it's...
see everyone inside the cargo bay. That's fine.
Yeah. Have a good one, Kelton! And you are inspired.
Wow, that feels good, he says.
Yeah.
Thanks, Monsoon.
You're welcome.
It's like being at Disneyland.
It is the dragon's turn.
Oh, no.
I mean, it can't see us, so...
Yeah.
It'll
It
be
will-
fine.
We're
We're
getting to
fine.
it now.
It will use its movement to fly over to where the thing was digging into the earth and fly into the cloud.
That's smash it.
Once it's in the cloud, can we see it at all, or is the cloud that thick?
The cloud is that thick. I will tell you what happens in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a lot of shroud damage.
21. It takes 21 points of necrotic damage from the shroud.
Nice.
Uses its legendary resistance.
There's no legendary resistance on this, not even a saving throw. It just lands in this. You can just hear this. And a gigantic hand just passes through the smoke and tries to grab the back of, and it's just glowing hot. It's literally made of lava with obsidian like holding it in place, like the whole dragon is lava under the skin.
That's really cool.
Just reaches out to grab for it. Make your attack opportunity.
Oh. Can Andres hold until after my turn?
If he does, the dragon will keep doing things.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
What do you mean?
As in, it's up to Andreas. He's holding his action until the dragon grabs on. You could hold it until the end of Kelton's turn if you wanted to. The dragon's just going to reach out and grab.
I mean,
Do
if
what you
our expert teamwork would make me think that you're going to do something
You can
funky.
say something. You can speak out of turn.
Well, I am planning on making potentially this vehicle slightly more damagey.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
you know, do what you want.
Enough for you? The hand reaches out and you hold, going, no, Kelton told me to wait.
You can hit it if you like.
Don't accuse me.
The dragon is going to make a contested grapple
I mean,
check
it's not going to stop
with-
if you hit it, is it?
with the creature. Can you roll an athletics check for your vehicle at a +4?
Oh. Ooh, that's not a big
It's
plus,
not
eh?
as strong as Andreas.
That is 21.
I rolled a nat 1. Which is an 11.
And what?
The dragon trying to reach through the cloud, just the claw just like you can feel it's the heat of it. Like, it doesn't even graze the back, but the heat of it as it gets close is enough for you all to go like you can feel the heat inside this, but you can also feel that you're not going to get burned by this because your vehicle is completely fire resistant. Let's see. Yep. Another claw reaches out to you. The same again, please.
Ooh, not so good that time. 12.
20. The second claw lodges onto the back of the vehicle, not doing damage, just trying to hold it in place. At this point, the speed is reduced to 0.
Through the trumpets, you'll just hear me go, good afternoon. Don't worry, everyone, I built this thing tough.
Inside check. Natural 20.
We are experiencing some dragon-related.
Is the captain worried?
Are you
No,
worried?
Not at all.
Yes.
We're now experiencing some pyroclastic turbulence.
At which point, a gigantic head reaches down and just tries to bite on the end of this and just tries to break its way through. You can see the magma just dripping off it, but the outside of this is built to resist, so no extra fire damage. But it does take 20 points of piercing damage. I'll keep a record of how much damage that has taken. That also breaks the vehicle's mishap threshold. Roll me a d20.
Mishap threshold.
Oh, yes.
That is an
That sounds
8.
like such a Chloe thing to do.
Okay. It clamps onto the back. One of the harpoon guns, the one that Perigold is in. There's a faint as this gigantic maw just, you can just see it going, and it's crushed the harpoon gun completely. It's now out of commission and no longer usable
Can I still
until it
see
is
out the
repaired.
window?
You can still see out the window, that's fine.
It's
I rolled
harpoon
for it,
wasn't
it seems
that
fair.
useful.
But yeah, you are now trapped by this thing. It is the end of its turn.
Not enough people are covered in grease! Just from my seat.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, Calvin?
Theoretically,
Mhm.
how would you feel about this whole vehicle becoming a holy weapon?
What is the exact wording of holy weapon?
Sorry, this is thrilling. I am living it. We are fighting a dragon in a drill, and it's made of lava. Sure, we're in hell. Oh, damn.
You imbue a weapon you touch with holy power. Until the spell ends, the weapon emits bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light. In addition, weapon attacks made with it deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage on a hit. If the weapon isn't already a magic weapon, it becomes one for the duration.
If it's a drill, the whole thing is a weapon.
I would argue that this whole ship is a weapon.
But we're not going to use the ship to attack anything, are we?
With the wrecking ball count, all the weapons on it would count.
But if-
I will allow it because I like the visual and because it's cool.
Sweet.
Alright, I touch.
Just reach out and touch a wall.
Yeah. And the whole thing starts to glow.
It's something. Everything. The entire grinder is glowing strangely.
That is a bonus action.
Yep. Fine.
I'm going to go sit in one of the harpoon chairs.
Yep. There is one harpoon chair left.
And then I'm going to harpoon it.
Okay, you are you can see it quite well, and it's at point blank range, so do it at advantage because it's almost like clamped over the end of the
Yes,
Of the thing.
you bastard.
Wow. You add a 9 to that.
It's a 19.
No. As you fire out, the harpoon just dink, bounces off. It's made of obsidian and lava. Harpoons are going to be really fuck all use against this. Actually, no, it's not. It's +5. It's plus this. It's +9. It's +5. It's a 15. It's nowhere near.
What is the point of this shit?
At the end of your turn.
Can I do my thing
Yes, you
now?
can. Sorry, yes, of course. Now it's glowing and it's just there.
Oh, it will hurt more now, Andreas.
You just and boom, this wrecking ball just swings around. Add a 9 to the roll, please. When you.
Is it with advantage because it's close? Or not?
Yep, I've said that.
I have said that now.
That exists.
Plus anything from me or just the
Just the 9 from the wrecking ball.
23?
Just hits. Can you roll me 8d8 and add
Is it 2D?
Another 2d8.
And
10
a
d8
D6.
and a d6? 10d8 and 1d6, please.
Or rather D6 first, because I've got it.
Do you need some more d8s?
There's
Good
3.
start.
Did you say 10d8?
10d8.
That's so many.
It's
I can
a
give you
huge
4.
wrecking ball, and he's coming
I've
in
got
like
4.
3, 6, 10.
Oh,
Perfect.
delicious.
Oh my gosh.
That's so many d8.
the whole rest of your life.
How are you going to do that maths? That's so many numbers.
10.
Yeah, this is how it gets done.
20. 40. 2 plus the 6, 48.
Is that? Did you include the holy weapon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool.
48 points of damage.
Nice.
With this with a quick twist of this wrecking ball, it smashes into the side of this gargantuan head, still latched on. There's a horrible crack, and some of the obsidian around the jaw side, which you can just see through the smoke, is cracking, and there's a horrible from inside it.
Puny dragon! Is what I say.
At the end of Keldon's turn, the dragon uses its legendary action to make a wing attack. It can fly up to half its flying speed, and it is grappling something that weighs 200 tons. No, not that many. 1 ton. So it weighs more than 1 ton. That's a different thing. I'm going to say it weighs 10. Anyway,
weighs as much as a small family car. Strong but light.
I know horses that weigh that much.
No, it weighs a lot more than that. I'm just looking at things. It's beating its wings and furiously pulling. The smoke is dissipating, and the drill is now coming out, and you are being pulled out of the hole. This is disconcerting.
Oh no.
And it's dragged itself and you out of the necrotic shroud as well, and the wing attack is slowly breaking it down. So you are being pulled out of the ground by the dragon. That is the end of its legendary action. Luster.
Whoops,
Would you
sorry,
like
it's
to do?
distracted. I'm going to. Well, would it be an action or a bonus action to dunk oneself in grease?
I'm going to say that dunking oneself in grease is a free action.
That's almost insult to injury, isn't it? That's worse. So it's gonna reach back from the harpoon thing into the barrel and just just pour grease over themselves and just and then I'm going to try and shoot it with the harpoon gun.
Cool. Make an attack roll with the harpoon gun. At 5.
Is it still with advantage?
Yeah, it's still
right
grappled
there.
onto the end of it. Yeah.
You have to roll an 18 or higher, I think.
Yeah.
16. It was so close. No, I do not.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 16 plus 5.
21?
So 21.
Nope.
No.
Dink.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh no. I don't think I can do anything with it
Okay.
at the minute.
Plus, at the end of your
bonus
turn,
actions are for
as
hitting things.
the dragon uses its last bonus, it uses its last legendary actions, it pulls out of the ground to just fling its tail around and thwack, hit the side of the grinder.
Is it making an attack roll?
Yes.
Has the stuff dissipated enough that I can see it?
Yes.
I assume I need to say this now. I would like to try and cutting words this just in case I can help.
How are you going to cutting words it?
Monsoon's been proven not to be that good at cutting words. So I think I just shout, "No!" It's been a long day. Haven't long rested in a while.
Cool. I rolled a 32.
I mean, roll it, you know. There's 8 numbers on the dice.
Well, no, you rolled a 27.
Isn't on your D10 now?
It's...
You're level 10.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, thank you very much for that.
Because your vehicle has an AC of 20.
No.
Then I can't.
Oh.
Yeah. Might as well.
It would have been at 24.
Still, just high enough. There is an ear-splitting crack. Again, even though it's superheated and would probably be doing a lot of fire damage, it's not. It's just doing thwacking damage, which is another 11, 21 points of damage. Another mishap.
Okie dokie.
Cool, great.
That is that cocked? No, it's not now. It's a 6.
A 6. Oh.
Oh.
As the tail thwacks into the side of the grinder, there's a faint cracking noise from down by the engine. The vehicle's speed has been reduced by 30 feet around.
Do we hear anything over the
It's not
intercom?
moving anyway.
No, we're actually going 30 foot backward.
If anything, it's minus 60 at this point.
A worry. Oh, definite worry.
Yeah.
I shout into the nearest trumpet, should we be concerned?
Oh, not particularly. No. There you do hear a slight strain in my voice, but it's still no.
It's, yes,
Judah,
fine.
it is your turn. What would you like to do?
My turn. Oh my god.
Yeah, mate.
I would like to fire the bile sprayer.
The bile sprayer. It's a cone. It's just basically a crank, and then it's just spray of acidic bile just sprays out from the side of the vehicle.
Are we particularly gripped in any way? Is there a way to
It is currently still holding you in a grapple. Yes.
Okay. But is there a way to target the bit that's grappling us to maybe loose the grapple?
Well, I have to make a dexterity saving throw first. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
That is a 17, which passes the DC. Can you roll me 9d8 and halve it, please?
Yeah. Okay.
You are doing damage to it. It just has a fuck ton of hit points.
How many more do you need?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more. Okay. Oh my god, some of these have ampersands on. So, 16, 22, 29, 33, 36, 46, 54. So
54.
halved is 27.
27 points of damage. Excellent.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll.
That was a good roll. Can you roll me a d6, please?
Yeah. 3.
The acid sprayer does not recharge. You can roll a d6 every turn to see if it recharges. With that gush of acid over it lets go.
Oh.
The back is now back down again. It's fluttered back. It's taken quite a lot of damage already, and it's just sort of like just floating around the back of the vehicle, looking a little concerned. Perigal, what would you like to do?
I'm going to bonus action move to the grease up with a free action movement back to my chair.
Yeah, fine. Judah is also heavily greased.
It's a free action because you can get back to your chair so fast because you're covered in grease.
Perigal, what would you like to do?
It's like bigger than large, isn't it?
It's gargantuan.
It's gargantuan!
That's so
I
many
am
times
going
bigger than
to-
large.
I'm going to cast a wall of force because
Oh.
it always seems to work well.
Yeah.
This is my last 5th level spell slot. So Perigal is going to look through the like wherever this window thing is and be like,
Shutters.
not today, thank you. And try and create a flat.
It's like you've been visited by a door-to-door
But it's the opposite of a cold caller.
A flat horizontal
Can we
10
keep
10 by
it?
10 squares.
So you're making how many
Above us.
Above you, or like in the way of it.
So it's above us, right?
It's sort of next to you. It's out the back.
I mean, yeah, between us and it at some sort of an angle.
We can speak out of turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only worries that okay.
If this thing's made of fire, and this stuff stops fire, shouldn't we just throw the grease down his throat?
That's such a monsoon.
That's such a monsoon. Whoa! You could put the fluster hands. Put the grease in the bile spray.
Just like on a conceptual level.
Andreas, it is your turn.
I think
This
Perigal
is-
was
it's
casting a
Perigal's
spell.
No, you wall of force.
I cast
yeah,
it, yeah,
the wall
I
of force.
cast
You've
it.
absolutely done that.
What-
There is now an inclined plane wall of force between the dragon and the grinder. Absolutely. How big is your wall of force, please?
10 by 10 by 10 panels.
So it could be how big a square? It's 10 by 10. It could be 10, and it's 50 by 50, isn't it? It's 50 by 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so you've got a 50 by 50 wall of force just in the way of it, and its head's that size. That's fine. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, just like
And it doesn't know it's there because you can't see a wall of
to
force.
give us a minute to try and
Yeah,
get
totally.
away.
Thank you, Perigal. That's great. Andreas, what are you up to?
I mean, I'm quite unaware of this wall of force.
Yes. You also can't reach it with the swinger. It's too far back.
Okay. Takes minutes to put armour on, doesn't it?
Because you only took your helmet and your top breastplate off, I'd say you could use this round to put your armor back on if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's actually only slightly over 30 foot by 30.
Okay, 30 by 30.
It's the
Thank you.
root of,
That's fine.
Not the,
Maths was my strong suit. Great.
sorry.
I start doing that, and also just greasing up the calves a bit. It's under between my feet and the sandals, but the sandals are secure, so I won't slip over. But
Yeah.
if I end up running over hell rocks towards a dragon,
You're getting ready for the worst case scenario.
the best case scenario.
Fine by me. Monty.
Thing is, there's now a wall of force, so it's going to be very hard to actually.
You've seen Peregrine cast Wall of Force before, and you saw Peregrine casting. I think it's fair that you'd know that. Yes.
Yeah, so actually getting things to the
You don't know what it's going to do.
dragon is going to be hard.
You don't know what it's going to do.
No, but I know that. Surely I know that things aren't going to go through a wall of force.
It's gargantuan. It can move around it.
Can I see some? Can I see some of it that is not blocked by the wall of
You
force?
can't see a Wall of Force.
We're in
Wall of
a,
Force is
we're in a
invisible.
tunnel.
You
We
are
came
hanging
up.
out. You are hanging out of a tunnel. You got pulled back, and you haven't had a chance to move forward
Okay,
yet.
I see. Sorry.
So we move on Bundo's turn.
We move on Bunder's turn. Did we miss your turn?
No, there was. Oh.
Yes.
We would have moved forward.
Oh, because you're right after
You're
Buster.
before me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So before Monsoon's turn, apologies.
That's fine.
Before Monsoon's turn, are you going to just make like Billy go down the hole? Or are you going to try and turn around and fight this thing? What are you going to do? Because you're controlling the machine.
Yeah.
And the whole machine is glowing with a holy light. I'm just saying. And you have a drill bit on the front of it.
I was gonna say, like, I was actually planning. Assuming we were still grappled, I was gonna hold my turn so that the first sign of being able to just go, I would try and drive into it. So yeah, we'll sort of do like a flip.
You're going to do a flip?
We can do it. We're just gonna do a flip. And I'd also like to use enlarge. So for a minute, I'm large.
You, not the...
I'm just big.
So you're just like, slightly bigger in your jet.
Yep.
Oh, you just needed it for your self-esteem.
Yeah. The apron grows with me. P.S.
Yeah.
Stretches,
Yeah.
I think, is the...
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Now, just so we're clear, you
Where are
can...
you
Oh.
going?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Is
You
it into
can-
a wall of force?
You can move the vehicle. I mean, the Wall of Force is floating between you and the dragon, so
Yeah.
Okay.
we can work this one out. You can use your turn to turn and move, and if you drive into something with the drill bit attacks it.
Great.
You don't know there's a Wall of Force, but you wouldn't be able to fly up. You can't fly.
No.
So you have to try and hit a bit of it that is near the ground.
Yep.
And its tail it's sort of reared up, but it is still on the ground, so you could try and run into it if you wanted.
I'd love to.
Cool. Can you make me an attack roll with add a +9 to it, please?
What is that? There we go. Oh, that's a 2.
Wow.
11.
You drive straight forward, just and just drive into the base of it, so around here on it, and it just sort of and it's just you're grinding into it, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Just driving desperately into it, but so
Have we
far.
now gone under the wall of force, which was at an angle above?
The Wall of Force is still floating over the top of you.
Oh, great. Oh, phew. Thought you were going to crash.
No, you're here. The dragon's there. The Wall of Force is sort of in between
to try
you
and
and
stop.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. fine.
Yes, Captain Brundle, go for it!
You start sort of through the trumpets you hear through gritted teeth. He's sort of just humming like Quint at the end of Jaws. It's like a dwarven battle hymn.
Splendid. Monsoon, it is now your turn. What would you like to do? Apologies.
Am I in such a position that I could cast Chaos Bolt at the dragon?
To cast Chaos Bolt at the dragon, you'd have to find a way of reaching out, which would mean opening a hatch.
Yeah, well, I mean, because the thing's empty, so
Yeah.
I can't do that again. Yes.
You could
You're
always
gonna open
put
the hatch.
grease in the bile sprayer.
When I had some thoughts about. I had other grease-based thoughts.
Don't we all?
As far as I actually know, as Monsoon, it's just that the grease makes you resistant to fire, or like it stops you getting damaged by fire. It doesn't necessarily hurt fire.
Yeah. No, is it? Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna let the D20 decide what Monsoon does.
Fine with me.
So above a 10, it's the one that affects. Okay. I would like to. Where is the spell? I would like to conjure some elementals. Please.
You can see outside through the shutters, so what are you conjuring and where are you conjuring?
Oh, no, because damn it! Sorry, I'll keep going with this. Sorry, I wanted to cover them in grease and then send them towards, but then I've just realised that that's not, they will be ice methods. We'll see if you see icy again.
Briefly.
Ice methods!
What? I don't know what's gonna hurt it.
Well,
I know I'm doing a terrible job right now.
Roll initiative for your doomed ice methods.
In Monsoon's head, it's very much what's the opposite of the dragon? Ice, right?
Rain.
I believe that's a 6.
I thought you'd rolled another 1.
No.
Right, your ice methods go just before the dragon. Good.
Yes,
Which
and
also
just
means
after
they
me,
go next.
conveniently.
That's ideal.
The lot of a summoned creature.
How many ice methods do you summon?
I summon. Yeah, I think it was. Well, last time it was 2.
They are small elementals. They are CR 1/2.
Oh, sorry, it's 4 of them then.
Four of them appear outside, look really upset about all of this situation they have found themselves in. You're sort of relatively unhappy. It is now the 4 of theirs' turn. What do you tell them to do?
I tell them to hurl themselves at the dragon.
Can I just see if I see them?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
hear them?
You'll see and hear them.
Andrea's
I
got
might
very.
not, because I'm greasing myself up at the moment and thinking of glory.
For context, Andreas got very attached to one last time I summoned some, to the point of even giving it a name, and got a bit sad when it disappeared.
What are you rolling? Perception check?
No, I don't see it. It's tilted, but...
I'm going to say, I don't want the dice to decide this, I want to decide this. From outside you hear a faint...
I see.
I am rolling 4 dexterity saving throws as they all fly up to the dragon and just these tiny little breath weapons.
Yeah, they're all gonna do their frost breath.
Yeah. Well, the dragon passes all of those, even the 4 plus a 7 on the dex saving throw. So can you please roll me 8d4 and halve it?
Yep. I can't wait to just. Well, this is gonna be a great kill steal. I can feel it. 8d4. That is 4 plus 7, so 11, 12, 15. Plus it's 21 halved to 10.
Hey, that's not nothing.
Individually, there's just 4 of them just going.
They're taking in turns, and the other ones, while each one is going, is just going, please stop.
Well, no, they can't speak common, so it's going...
Why is this happening?
On its turn, the pyroclastic dragon is going to use its breath weapon. I'm going to say, because of where the wall of force is, that this breath weapon, when fired down, basically at you as a... And it is a pyroclastic flow, it is just hot rock, just moving at an insanely fast speed, burning the air so fast it literally evaporates the air before it passes through it. Except it's a wall of force. This incredible fountain comes around, and you're just there going, ah! Watching as this should have... It wouldn't have incinerated you because it's immune to fire damage, but there would still be other damage from flying rocks. Chloe, can you please roll me 4d8 as your ice methods all burst and the dragon takes slashing damage as they...
Yay!
Ice.
So that was 4 plus... so that's 10, 18, 23.
23 points of
Oh.
damage.
I think they did more damage to it than
They
any
did.
of the rest of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
They've done more damage to it by dying than they did by breathing on it.
Yeah. No, literally any of the rest of us have. Yeah.
You just hear from outside a faint beep as this torrent of superheated rock and air just burns all around you, and the dragon looks somewhat confused and doesn't regain its breath weapon. It does regain all its legendary actions.
That's such a cool fucking image, like a pyroclastic.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, on the
I love
wall
it, I
of
think it's
force.
amazing.
Oh boy.
Callum, what would you like to do? Still glowing?
Can I see it?
The dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. As the pyroclastic flow just subsides, you can still see it outside, just looking a bit confused.
I need this harpoon holy. I want to hit something with it.
Make an attack roll with your harpoon. You could hit with it.
No, I can't.
Fire the harpoon and you miss. You are concentrating on holy weapon, so that is still up.
I am, but I will. No, that's a really bad idea. I should use my spell slots there for healing.
Hey, we're not gonna get hurt. I don't know what you're talking about.
You might stop us from getting him.
No, saving it. Saving it.
No bonus action.
No. Also,
Fine.
the dragon will fucking move. Damn you, spiritual weapon.
At the end of your turn, the dragon will make a tail attack against. Make a tail attack against the grinder, just trying to flap around, and it's recognised that something's in the air in between, so it's going to move around that and just whack out with its tail.
Is it more difficult because the wall of force is there?
No, it's moved around it now.
Also, the tail will probably go like under the wall of force.
It's basically just moving around it now, so it's alongside you. It's 29 to hit, which does hit.
Oh, can I have greased up?
Yeah, of course.
Very important.
What is the current grease ratio in the?
I believe everyone is greasy.
Is everyone now
Everyone's
greasy?
greasy.
Also, Perigal's not greasy.
That's another 21 points of damage. I need another mishap roll, please.
Okay. Let's see what
How many? There's a point at which it feels less like mishaps and more like willing destruction.
Another 6.
Another 6.
Hey, do you have any other sets of dice?
You know what?
There's another horrible clonking noise from the engine, and you're now down to 40 feet around. Wow.
Oh wow, okay.
In terms of movement.
Yep.
Oh,
It is not good. Luster.
I would like to pour the vat of the vat of grease
Yep.
into the bile acid sprayer.
Can you roll me an intelligence check to see how well you can work out where to pour into?
I'm not very intelligent though.
It's almost like you go, grease, but fuck it! You've got to work out where the
I
cap
start
is.
giving a
Are
really
you
ponderous
sure
description.
that's what I do?
Yes, that is what you do.
I can't make my sheet work, but intelligence
Yeah.
is a 0, which makes that an 8.
Fluster runs over and just picks up just walks over to Judah with it and just goes,
Where does this go? Where do I need to put this?
Can I make an intelligence check?
it's not your turn.
Okay.
Or advantage.
Not, that would have to happen on Judah's turn.
Rolls.
Thunder, what would you like to do? You can still try and ram it again if you want to.
I mean, it seems like the most fun thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to ram it. I'm also going to hit the horn. So just...
Start running straight towards it. It's moved around the sides. It's now quite easy access.
What am I adding to this?
9, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's much better. It's 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Please roll me 66 plus 2d8.
Yes.
66 plus 2d8 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
speed, Mr. Wolf.
As you literally take this drill bit and just
2d8.
grind straight into it.
There's been lots of dice exchanges.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of dice to roll.
Just gonna. Let's do this in a while. Oop.
Escapee.
Okay.
What we got?
10.
I love how
20.
in the movie version of this, it's all massively cinematic. The rest like,
One,
It's, I lost count.
oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No. 10. 25.
25.
Yeah.
Did you add the 4?
No, I didn't. 29.
29. Cool. Can you make me an athletics roll with your vehicle's athletics? So add 4 to it, please.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's a 7. So it's an 11.
Ooh.
That's such a D&D mood.
Oh.
Oh, it's a 7.
I only rolled a 15. So as you grinded it, you're trying to push it, and it is on the edge of a cliff. Let us not forget. But there's sort of a, and it's pushing back with an, and you're not managing to push it off the edge yet.
It's got wings as well.
Still, what you're looking for is an opening to yeet out. No, wrong use of yeet. I don't know.
Oh no.
I pulled the donut lever, the food one.
At the end of your turn, as it's being ground into and as it's being forced back, it's going to just flap its wings and fly backwards. It just flies backwards about 20 feet or so, so it's hanging over, just looking at the situation in front of it. It's not sure what to do. Because you are too hard to eat, but you are a morsel. But it is now floating above you, just looking at the situation, trying to understand what the best use of its actions would be. And it also, normally when it flaps wings like that, things fall over, but this thing isn't moving. Dragon's wing attack. It's a thing. Right. Judah. That's just saying next to you is going...
Okay, is it obvious where... Like,
no, roll intelligence check.
I've seen a tank empty, so obviously... It's not going to be that good, is it?
Love how smart this play is.
Yeah, exactly.
The theory is, if it's resistant, like it might not be able to if we get it in its mouth, it might not be able to ignite.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Look, it'll do something fun.
Ignited so far?
Yeah.
What has it ignited?
That would be a 9.
9.
Sadly.
You look at Fluster, look at the grease. Look at Fluster, look at the bile sprayer. Look at Fluster, look at the grease.
How did we live so long before we found these people?
Can I start giving a really ponderous explanation of how to load it? Be like, now, what you want to do?
Do you know that's what they're trying to do?
Yeah, we didn't
Oh,
ask.
no, in fairness,
Talking is a
no.
free action.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Well, we've wasted 2 turns trying to do it now, so...
Fluster was saying like kind
I did
of
say
where
it
do I
out
put
loud,
where do I
yeah.
put it?
I did
Go on,
say
give a
it.
ponderous explanation.
Yeah, it's just, well, what you want to do, first of all, is find the stopcock, blah, 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 blah. I explain how to...
With that, I will allow that with 2 of you using your action to do this, you are filling the bile sprayer with grease.
Okay.
Nice.
You need to roll to see if it recharges.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to
we
recharge,
refill
it's being
it.
loaded with something
Oh,
else.
yeah. I guess,
Fill.
yeah. Okay.
Nice.
I will allow that. Perigol!
Well, yes, I would like to. Can I still see it from the window?
Yes, you can.
I would like to say, if you don't mind, an attempt to banish it.
Ooh.
It's a charisma save.
A charisma save.
This dragon sure has seemed charismatic so
Oh,
far.
I don't know.
Dragons do have an excellent charisma
It's a
save.
dragon, so...
And it has those
Yeah.
resistances I haven't used yet, but you know.
That's right. Let's just wear those down.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Wow.
Oh.
I rolled a 17.
Oh.
14 was.
That's a 4 on the dice as well. That's pretty good. Yep. It is not
Exactly
Vanished.
what you needed.
It is not Vanished.
Oh, you do mind. Alright.
We have to.
Oh, I should probably cover myself in grease. Around everyone just like, oh, alright. Well,
Are you
dies
going over where
slowly.
they're pouring it in? Because
Yeah,
that's
you
where the
took the whole
barrel is.
barrel, didn't you?
The whole barrel's been poured in. It's done now.
Ow.
It's all
Oh, I won't tell.
I just like scrape. I'm literally scraping the bottom of the barrel and just like smearing
Yeah,
it
I
on
sort of
Paragon.
reach vaguely to. Oh,
I-
do.
I offer a hug.
Oh.
Oh, greasy
I
hug.
hug Judah greasily.
Andreas, what would you like to do?
So crazy. I see. I go to the back hatch, start opening the door.
Oh my god!
All right.
How far away is it?
It's currently up in the air, about 20 feet away.
And then I think, if it breathes fire in here, this stupid grease isn't gonna do shit.
So when he thinks about things seriously, he loses his accent.
Nah.
In his mind. Went to a British school.
Yeah. What you gonna do?
I get in the wrecking ball and hope that the bastard comes back.
Okay. It's your whole action. You don't look happy. Is everything all right?
No! Killed Icy.
Again.
Monsoon, was that Icy?
That's all you're getting from Monsoon.
Monsoon, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Is it good or bad if it was icy?
What? Just tell me if it was Icy or not.
I don't know. Is the honest answer.
Callousness.
Oh my god.
Big word for Andreas.
Wow. I would like the dragon to make a wisdom save, please. I mean, this is going to be burning out legendary resistance as if it fails.
26.
Well, it's not confused mechanically. So I just lean into how it already seemed to be. But nope. So instead, as well as you. If I have to roll performance or deception, then fine, because done a terrible job so far. You know what? Avenge Icy! And I would like to inspire you.
Okay. I look back at the back hatch.
Oh dear.
Terrible choice of words. Thanks for the inspiration.
You are welcome.
Plus the things. Yes, you're not going to do rash things, but you will inspire other people to do them instead.
Hey! I didn't dimension door with the bat onto its back. So that's, as far as Monsoon's concerned, she's been sensible.
That's pretty sensible. Get out of here.
That's me.
Fucking hell. I'm glad you told me that's what you were thinking of doing.
Yeah, I mean, that is an Andreas move. Like,
Monsoon is being sensible today.
The dragon's going to just attack the tank. Going to attack the grinder. It's just going to fly straight in, use its claws, just going to try and tear it open. Make an attack roll.
I'm going to get all those d8s ready.
no,
You've got inspiration if you're close.
It's not combat inspiration.
rolled a 7.
Plus 9 is a 16. No, also it's not combat inspiration. Can't do that.
It's not combat inspiration.
Only certain kinds of things give it. No, it's damage. I'm sorry.
Talking about.
No, I was thinking about something completely different. Ignore me. Ignore me. Right.
It's D10, isn't it? Do you get 16?
No.
I rolled a 7 on the dice.
Yeah, so that's a 16 because it's a plus 9 and its AC is 22.
So if I rolled a...
D10.
If you rolled 8. Is that right?
6 or above.
Six,
Six
yeah.
or
So
more.
you've got
Oh,
50,
well, I'll
50
do
chance.
that. Nope.
Cool. It's just going to launch in.
Are these the attack rolls?
Yep.
I would like to try and cutting words. One of them.
Okay. The first one is a 19, which doesn't hit.
Yeah.
So its claw comes in, it's grinding along the side but doesn't do any damage. Its second claw comes in. That is a maths 24.
I rolled a 4.
So that brings it down to 20, which means it still hits.
Yeah.
So the claw on the other side, there's a bang, and the whole side wall just is dented in very quickly and very abruptly. And then its teeth jab down, which hits with a 32.
Oh, we might die, eh?
No, I said not dying.
Grace said that.
Oh, sorry.
That's
not Foster's.
Oh, yes. That's not your answer.
How good? But my French accent is so good.
20, 7, 14, 34 points of damage. Can you please roll me a miss?
I was already reaching for it.
6. Oh.
5.
You're terrible, Muriel.
He's not gonna get
You
that.
realise the steering is locked. You can not only drive in straight lines.
So, off the cliff.
Yeah, but you've got the donut lever.
You just have the donut lever. That is not affected by lock steering. I will allow that.
Oh, no.
And it has now, like, banging one
Rob's
side, it's
greasy
bitten
mitts.
again. The whole thing is being slowly torn apart, and your beloved vehicle has taken a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Not
we,
broken yet, but...
Captain, do we feel like now might be the time to run away?
I'll level with you, yes.
Oh, you're so funny.
He does not know what being on a level means.
Oh.
Okay. Right, Calvin, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Captain,
Oh, Captain.
what happens
Captain.
if you try to heal the car?
Can't.
Is this a setup for a joke? I don't
It
know.
requires repair, not healing.
I am pretty experienced with land vehicles. Can I attempt to fix it for you? Or drive it while you fix it?
Be my guest.
Which one?
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you like
I love
Can
that.
I suggest that I drive it while you fix it?
Absolutely. You'll be pleased to know it's incredibly simple now.
Donut button 1. Donut button 2.
Kelvin, you may run to the cockpit. If you make way, I'll allow this on your turn. You're now in the driving seat. What would you like to do?
It's literally, Keldon, take the wheel!
I want to spin it 180.
It's a donut. It'll just let you do a 360-degree turn.
Can you not,
Oh.
just...
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because you have to hold to spin,
Ah.
can you not, try and get the timing right to have it...
You don't have
What do you
You're
want
stuck
to
in
what do you
straight
want to
lines.
do?
I want to turn it 180 degrees so I can go in a line at the other way so the drill is facing into the hole.
Do a 1.5 donut.
Currently the drill is facing away from the hole.
Yes.
I want the drill facing towards the hole.
Yes, that would be
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Please,
I
yes.
still want to go in the same straight line, I just want to be the other way round.
Okay. I'm going to say your land vehicle's check this time is using your strength modifier because you're literally just sort of just like madly driving this thing, trying desperately to drive it into the hole in the ground it's already made. It only moves 40 feet around at the moment, so you are going to be slow.
Okay.
But you can roll me a land vehicles check using your strength. So you're proficient. So your proficiency modifier is +4 plus your strength modifier.
Does haste work on things other than creatures?
No.
No, sadly not.
I'd already checked.
Otherwise the vehicle becomes exhausted.
Hey,
Oh,
vehicles
dear
do
God.
get exhausted.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
What?
Uh-oh.
That's a 1.
What?
Uh-oh.
You just
Significantly more complex than I was. We just
stuck in a spin.
Donuts flying everywhere. I love hell.
Right. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw using the vehicle's dexterity, please? Use the +0.
Well, it's better than mine.
It's better than it.
That's a 15.
As the dragon is just poured and bitten, suddenly vroom, vroom, it does this horrible like donut turn and it just vroom, goes flying off the edge of the cliff. You're all in free fall, going flying off the edge of the cliff. There's grease everywhere.
Donuts everywhere!
While you're just sliding all over the place.
Oh my god.
It's not what I expected.
I think I just killed everybody.
I'm gonna have donut.
There is an almighty crunch as the grinder impacts the lava flow. There is a sort of meaty clunk. You have landed, but it is heat resistant, and you are just like coming out of the lava, just beelining out of the lava flow away as fast as possible. That is yeah.
That's it, you're getting the hang of it now.
I feel like maybe I've got it now. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god!
You're doing great.
I'm just imagining it's like a mirror of exactly the same shot from where like Monsoon like just slowly slid. It's like as everyone falls, it's zero gravity, and you just see Monsoon like slide across.
Now, you're in the grinder chair. You're still sat in your harpoon chair. You are not in a chair. You are still. No, you've gone down to your chair as well.
Yeah.
You're still in your chair, so you seem to make dexterity saving throws at disadvantage because you're covered in grease.
Disadvantage.
Yes, please.
This is the best.
Oh, you do as well.
Yeah, I'm
dexterity saving
heading-
throw
I'm
as
heading
well.
up.
This will be fine.
Oh god damn it!
And you are canonically always covered in grease, so yeah, disadvantage on that roll,
Yep.
please.
Oops. What was that?
Disadvantage really screwed me on
Amazing.
that one.
Does anyone remember where the rogues are proficient in dex saves?
Yes,
they are.
of
Yes,
course,
they are.
yeah.
Great, thank you.
9 from me.
9.
9
we
from
roll
me.
as well?
No, you're fine. You're in the chairs. You're fine. 9.
9 as well.
19.
19. The two of you take 7 points of damage. Fluster, you take 4 as you are batted around this the inside. But you are now hightailing it with lava sort of at the side of the wheels, just like making your way full bore across the flames
This
of
is like a
Gehenna.
speedboat,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and just go like,
It only goes straight.
oh
Wow.
As you speed off, you're not speeding quickly, but the fall added some momentum.
This is
Are we
so
surfing?
dumb.
You're now getting back onto solid ground again. As you look behind you, you can see the dragon has watched you go. I'm just gonna let you go. Just seeing you go, it lands on top of the ridge, just looking with a kind of crossed arms, kind of.
It's the head of it's the commander of the U.S. Army at the end of Spirit when Spirit jumps the
Yeah.
entire Grand Canyon and he's just like, huh, I guess. It's
The point
a
that film stopped making sense.
horse film reference.
Oh.
Sorry, Andres. Sorry, I really do feel like that was not the best way, but definitely better.
Okay, Calden.
We can go fight you another dragon. Maybe not a fiery one though.
I'm fine.
Exactly as I said we would be.
Going off that cliff was a really clever move.
That was very fun.
That was such a good idea.
I cannot believe you thought of that under such pressure, Kelden. That is genius.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Please lie. For us,
More
just
of a
please
monsoon
lie.
plan.
Bundle, can you please roll me a strength check?
Mm-hmm.
To hold.
That's 23.
23. You managed to fix the steering problem.
Great.
Yes, the steering was locked, but you managed to fix that. So you are now you are slowly managing to repair your craft as you are slowly speeding up again as you make your way across Gehenna.
In the right direction.
Yeah.
Oh, so before I made that fantastic joke, yes, it's this way.
Sorry about your drill.
And your grease.
Yeah, just sorry about all of it.
You know, there's always... Well... No, I'm struggling to find a silver lining here.
You can fix it. You fixed it before.
Yeah,
it's not the worst.
It's not had worse, but it's. I can fix this.
It is blessed by Almata now for the next sort of 59 minutes.
Oh yeah, I shrink back to normal size.
Well, that was entertaining.
Oh, of course, yes, obviously.
You're a big help.
I prefer the riverboat.
No, I prefer this. Apart from...
I really feel like I improved my driving skill.
I feel like I'm not. I'm just standing behind you, be like.
Yeah, you're repairing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
You're
Yeah.
repairing. Well, looks like we're going the right way.
Does it?
Yeah, the steering's been fixed. You can now turn.
I'm sorry, have you just arrived to tell us things we already knew?
I mean, that is all that they have done so far.
Point.
We're doing the lake. And make it double.
Sorry, I have you two turned into the twins from Parent Act.
Oh no, I was thinking
That
of
was,
just...
Team Rocket.
Yeah. Oh, except I'm Meowth.
Meow. That's right. Okay, so as you're driving up ahead, the ground, you can see where the ground is churned up in this way. And as you just driving forward, who's got the highest passive? You do, don't you?
Mine
That's
is
exceptional.
20.
Mine's 19.
I got 20, I think.
Yeah, we're both 20.
Passive perceptions.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, 'cause they're
rogues.
Oh yeah.
20s and 19.
Mm.
Turns out, okay.
20.
Well, the two of you hear it first, and then Kelvin hears it shortly thereafter.
Mm.
Almost a skittering noise, sort of scraping.
Oh, I start slowing it down.
There's a sort of haze in the air in Gehenna at all times. It's hard to see too far because of it. This is the volcanic ash. But up ahead, you think you can just about see something moving in the cloud, and it's monstrously big. And this sort of strange skittering, scratching noise as well. And as you move slightly closer, you can see arms. Various different kinds of demon, Yugoloth, fiendish arm. You've seen various ones. Scraping their way forward and dragging behind them an entire city. There are millions of arms just slowly pulling themselves forward. The ones underneath are clearly sort of just pedaling through the ash. And this whole city is just slowly moving forward. And it is the size of a small city. It is absolutely huge. You can just see the edges of it right there.
Ah, well, I I guess we found it.
There we are.
It's disgusting, isn't it? Sip. Been here for 200 years. I've been there before. I've seen it before, at least.
I mean, how close are you comfortable with us getting?
It's about 100 feet away, the edge of it.
Okay.
Normally you wouldn't get, if you get any closer than this, you know you'd start getting like flying Dugalos coming over and going, excuse me. So,
I mean, I don't want to get too much closer. Did you have a plan for getting on it? We could, I suppose we could go ahead and then I could drop you off.
I'm sorry, a plan?
Oh, no.
That's where I come in, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, great.
Wait,
Thank you for your assistance. I think we can take it from here.
The fee should just about cover the damages.
Have a diamond.
Oh.
It's worth 300 gold.
Do we not need that?
I've got
To be alive.
quite a few. I planned for more deaths on this journey, to be honest. So
Did you put that in your apron or you just drop it down the front of your apron? If you drop it down the front of your apron, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Now one very greasy diamond on the floor somewhere.
I'm very sorry about the damage to your vessel.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's, occupational hazard.
I'm also very sorry about driving it off a cliff.
Occupational quirk, we'll call that one. Sorry about the grease.
Yeah, you are all filthy.
I will get over it.
In
If
fairness,
not today, tomorrow, or the day after.
We'll do some, talk therapy.
Good.
Well, if you all like to come with me, we are expected.
We're expected.
Yeah.
wait, this isn't a sneaky type thing.
Well, it was a sneaky type thing, and then I thought it might be better if we just were open about our intentions.
Oh, you thought.
I did.
Who exactly is expecting us?
Who do you think, the general?
That was not the arrangement.
I'm going to be honest with you. There was a point where I wanted your souls, and there was a point when I thought about, selling you off to the highest bidder. But when I called the general and said, there's some people here who want something of yours, his response wasn't what I was expecting. He said he'd love to meet you.
At some point during that speech, I will have summoned the Heaven's Trumpet.
Fine. Yep.
Like,
Carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You know when we had that very long speech with Perigold about how we trust her?
I'm making my weapons.
You'll understand that we feel extremely differently about you.
That would make sense. I have not always been straight with you.
And now you've just told someone of our intention to visit with them, without
Uh-huh.
asking us what we would prefer.
That is correct.
breaking our deal with the Onloths.
Interestingly, at first I didn't care too much about that, but it appears not.
What do you mean?
When I approached the general and said, wouldn't it be nice if you spoke to these lovely people? He said yes. He said he looked forward to meeting you. Said he tried his best, but at some point, everyone's got to give up.
Insight. That story.
It's
I
true.
will assist Monsoon with the
It's
insight.
true. You can probably.
Yeah, it's 27, yeah.
Yeah. I know a side door. Take you straight to him.
A side door, we're 100 feet away. Wait.
Yeah. City. I mean, it crawls, but it ain't fast. So I mean, but the grinder hasn't moved, and the city's like.
Right.
It's just arms going. Like it's not fast.
Maybe we shouldn't all go and possibly die.
We're stronger together.
Yeah.
Fine. A side door, straight to the person we want to talk to.
That is what I was asked to do.
Want to talk to him, want to kill him, or stop him, or slit his heart, or some other things. Maybe. Or maybe we don't want that. Who's to say?
I told him all of that.
Okay.
Told him what the Oinoloths told me. And he still wanted to see you.
Well, I would want to see me so that I could kill me. That makes a lot of sense to me.
You are such a little shit, Kyrith.
What he said!
To be clear, you have broken the terms of our arrangement.
That is correct.
I tighten my hand.
We did break the terms of the arrangement with Kyrith first, to be fair.
And there was another arrangement.
The arrangement that
Other
came
people.
afterwards.
There's a lot of arrangements, and I don't like any of them.
This is hell. Do you think all deals are kept? If you step through that door, I've done everything everyone told me to do. In my own way.
Someone tell me not to kill this person.
No.
A side
Will
door.
not do that.
A side door straight to the person we want to go see. I mean, look, for all that you dislike them, I don't want to find my way through another city of demons. If we can go straight to this person and talk to them, murder them, steal the thing from them, whatever it is, they already know that we're coming, so sneaking in is pointless at this stage. Why not just walk in?
A side door into the crawling city does sound handy.
Can I sending Mr. M first and be like, hey, this is the new very clever plan we've got. If we all die, that's why.
It'd be nice if we could sleep first.
That would be really nice, yes.
Sounds like we are not going to be so lucky.
Just have a little nap.
Could we
Just a
kip here?
nice nap.
Sure.
You're in a rush.
I mean, it's not called a sprinting city, is it?
You have a nice nap. Our sending. We'll be like, send our best wishes to our loved ones, and then, yes.
Have you been doing like a play both sides thing? Is that what this is?
That's what he said. They said, I think.
That's one way of looking at it.
Right. How do you not already have like a massive reputation for just pulling this kind of stuff?
I do.
Yeah, no one likes them.
Why do you
Right.
keep getting hired?
Yeah.
Is there a shortage of
Dickheads?
fairy people? Like, have the market forces keep you in business. I guess what I'm
I
saying.
think I'm different from any other of my kind. Merrin Love does what a Merrin Love does. Makes deals. Gets souls. Does what they're told. Helps people travel. In their own way.
Seems very impolite. That's all I can say.
I'm happy.
Impolite. Yes, I said it. Impolite.
Alright then. Are you going to take a long rest here, if you'll allow it, and then keep up with it, and then go in through the door? You're welcome to. No one's put any time pressure on you at all.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah,
That would be-
Yeah.
That would be
that's
great.
an option.
Is it?
I was thinking of saying rude, but I held myself back.
Right, then you will have a long rest here, and then when you're finished with it, enter through the side door. And Thunder will depart. Aww.
I look back.
Hey, you haven't left yet.
Can I press the long rest button?
Yes, we're going. You will long rest before the next session. Totally fine. And then we will.
Button? No, pressing the button.
Press the button. Press the button.
Thanks for having us, Captain.
Damn.
Have your accent.
We'll end there. Thank you. Okay, we are tight on time. Before I go into our end spiel, Johnny, you do cool stuff. Tell everyone about the cool stuff you do.
Yeah, I work for a website called Dicebreaker, so dicebreaker.com. It will have launched by now, I assume.
Yes.
Great. YouTube.com/Dicebreaker. I'm on Twitter at JOHNNEH, and I also DM for Outside Xbox and Outside Extra with their series, the Oxventurers Guild. So that's me in a nutshell. But yeah,
Oh.
thank you so much for having me. Like,
No, no.
genuinely, I had such a good time.
Thank you. It was brilliant. It was a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for joining us. And if you enjoyed tonight, we're playing every Monday night from 6 PM to 9 PM British Standard Time at twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted. We also have a live D&D show on the first...
British Standard Time, it's GMT.
GMT. Sorry, GMT.
It's
I don't know what time I'm in.
Yeah.
We also have a live D&D show on the first Tuesday every month at the Rosary Branch Theatre in London called Undergods, DM'd by Chloe, which I play. And it's a good laugh. Do come along if you are London based. And we also run another show, Mixtape, on the last Wednesday of every month, which is streamed at twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted, as is Undergods, but not at twitch.tv/D&D. Hope that's clear. It was very quick. If you want to support us in what we do in a different way, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/Adventurers Wanted.
Yes.
Great. There's loads of great stuff there. Become a patron. It's awesome. Patrons get so much cool shit. We're all over social media. On Twitter, we're Adventurers250. On Facebook, YouTube's, Twitch, everywhere else, we're Adventurers Wanted. Thank you very much, and everyone wave bye-bye, because we're tight on the time as always.
Bye.